Then the mortality overview. The mortality overview gives you weeks, days, race, colors, comorbidities, total excessive deaths. Then you got the selected adverse events reported after COVID-19 vaccination, which is important because you got people arguing that tens of thousands of people died from the vaccine and that this stuff is reported by VAERS. So we got the data to actually speak to that. Then it's the role of transmission in the vaccinated versus unvaccinated, because people think that because of the Delta variant, people can transmit the virus when that's not the case. Um, and they misunderstand what the hell viral load means. So they don't know what viral load means. Then you got the ADE effect, which is dude on your post, your Facebook post was trying to argue me up and down about ADE being associated with COVID-19 vaccines, and I kept telling him as of 1960, no vaccine has caused ADE. And people need to know that because that lady in the video, she said that, but people don't understand what the hell ADE means. So 19 vaccines, and I kept you gotta deal with that. And then you got how long exactly is long COVID? And they got a Chinese study suggests that for some people it may be measured in years, not months. So that's new information to a lot of people who have no idea. I got a homeboy who fully vaccinated now, but caught COVID early in the year, and he still can't taste the smell. And you got your damn YouTube open.
What shit? We ain't started the show yet. What the hell?
It started. It's on.
I know.
It's echoing.
Not no more.
Yeah, you just hit pause. So that's where you at with that. It's a bunch of information.
We live now.
Go live, huh?
We is live. We live.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sharing the link. Wait for everybody to come out of smut land.
Wherever that's at.
Get back to the real world where shit really matter, where some truth gonna happen. It's the world we're gonna exist in. The YouTube land where you come up off of somebody else's misery is bananas. That's okay. It's the war game.
Feel like a thriller video, man.
What it is. What it is.
Sorry.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm sorry, but the word that comes to mind is parasite.
I agree with you. I agree with you. That's the correct word.
That you're gonna use this situation. I can understand the initial shock by some people. I can understand the anger and the frustration by a lot of people. I can understand maybe 1 or 2 days discussing the case and what took place. But all the rest of it, and some of the characters who think they're in a position to talk about scamming, about pushing their pseudo medicine, their pseudo herbs. These are some of the last people that you would expect to engage in this parasitic behavior. One of anybody pushing anything with regards to Dr. Sebi. Mine, again, my beginning and ending with the conversation with Dr. Sebi is when this man stood in front of an audience and said, you must avoid amino acids. They are acidic, and acidic stuff is not good for the body. So now this man stood in front of an audience and nobody had the intellectual capacity to say, but wait, amino acids are the building blocks, the foundation of the human body. It's the basis of protein. We cannot exist without proteins. Your DNA All it does is code for proteins. How can you ever mention amino acid being acidic and not good for the body? So any human being that would have a shrine to Dr. Sebi, making him an angelic form and proud to represent that. That's the angel of death. I can imagine the amount of people that lost their lives from following Dr. Sebi and anyone associated with his teachings which don't belong to him. You have no credibility. This is no time for parasites to be using this opportunity to make it seem as if anyone who is black and is on this platform is part of that situation. The Amun Ra squad, pseudo killers, Ankh has never been acknowledged as part of the conscious community because spookism is spookism and we promote scientific literacy. Ankh has never been accepted as part of the conscious community. We never speak in terms of being part of the conscious community. So when the parasites use this opportunity to dump everyone into one big pot and exclude themselves, who are the foundation of poor health in the black community, who are the harbingers of death, selling people heavy water, which no trial has gone beyond worms, to now incorporate this into bottle form and selling it to people. Can you imagine the kidney damage, the liver damage, the organ damage that is going to take place by replacing hydrogen molecules with the deuterium molecule? Really? Like, these are the cats who are now scheduling their live interviews, and it's just parasitic. Like, if this thing happens in any other community, the focus would be on the mom. How is this child doing? Where's this child's father? Especially in our black community, I'm gonna continue to say it. Where is her dad? How does he feel about not having been there for his child? Like, there is no other subject matter that should be brought forward at this point. On the one hand, the pseudo killers and the Amun Ra squad are promoting scientific literacy. We are referring to the experts. We are pulling up the data. We are teaching people proper methodology, and we are fake scholars and pretending. And on the other side of your mouth, you're saying that the black community is suffering because we put all the educated and all the credentialed people out of the community. So it's like you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth. On the one hand, you're talking about all the scammers and all the fake people and that you don't promote your products like that. You just sell your herbs and whatnot. But you're on a panel with one of Dr. Sebi's biggest promoters, all just to bring down the Amun Ra squad, all just to bring down Ankh. So your credibility and your own integrity is put on the line by your blind hatred and anger for someone whose only mission has always been promote scientific literacy. It's the vaccine against the pseudoisms and the scammers. Isn't that an Ankh statement? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm preaching, but I've been waiting. I've been just sitting, watching, and waiting for an opportunity to open my mouth about this stuff. And I just want to say it once, and that's it, because we got real issues to deal with. But I'm done with my rant.
Hey, so hell, with that, man, let's see how many people got in the chat room, man. Build the audience up, man, because I know everybody on a smut thing right now, and they all over the place following. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It's something about the human nature, and there's something about the human mind, man, that actually causes us to do this. You know, it's like growing up, your parents always tell you don't run to a damn fight. But that's exactly what everybody do. Now, I didn't run to fights because I knew there could be consequences. So right now, everybody's running to the fight. So I see you in the building. What's up, Zan? Julanda. What's good, Mika? Oh, hey, man, check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, Mika got her first shot. What's good, Mika? Now, I gave you 2 years to get the shot, but you passed that and you got your first shot. So congratulations to Mika. You know, like Mika said, y'all niggas pressured you goddamn much. Excuse my language. I don't want to cuss. Am I cussing? Anyway, whatever it was, Mika, we appreciate you got the shot. I see you, Anusa. What's good? Know she got the shot. CK the Port, I know she got the shot. Yeah, we all got the shot. What's this? Rakim 777, man. Make sure you get the shot. Who else we got in here? Bowman, Anthony Bowman. What's going on? Outside the queue. Yeah, we ain't gonna bring you on here yet, Q. We bring you in the last half an hour, bro, because you mess up everything, acting like, yeah, I ain't gonna do it. What's this? My name is, what's this? Tika. What's good? All right, we got 50,000 people in the building. Remember, yo, brother Unc ain't a hater. I'm a daggone participator. I ain't gonna be able to run and rap it and do it the way, you know, everybody else doing it. Back in the day, I could kind of get into that mix with all that. I ain't really up for it, man. We just want to mature and be refined in what we do. So look, Black African Power was good, was happening, a well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo, wait. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's the pseudo killers on deck. Yeah, we come to do, we got to do, and we're going to do what we got to do. We standing tall, we standing strong, pseudo killers on deck. Hey, what's up, Vance, man? What's good with you, man? Pseudo kill official. What it do? What it do? What it do?
Oh, man, what's good? What's good to everybody on the panel? What's good to all the listeners? Another day. It's been a crazy, crazy few weeks since we've been off this mud. It's been crazy. So everybody that's listening, go subscribe on iTunes, Real Black Atheist Library. And yeah, let's get into it.
Interesting. Hey, Truth, man, what's up with you, man? What it do? Pseudo kill official, what's up with you?
Shit, same old. Ready to go in on a couple pseudos a night, you know, got both guns loaded, you know?
Yeah, I know you going in, yo, you tripping. I'll let you go in too. All right, man. Hey, Clark Kent, what's good, man? What it do? Pseudo kill official, what's up with you?
What's happening, man? Been a long time. Glad to be here talking to y'all brothers again. Man, streets been on fire, man. Let's go.
YouTube streets. Them YouTube streets been on fire, man. Hey, I am Sosa, pseudo killer official. What's good, bro? What it do?
Shit, man. You know what it is, man. Share what I know, learn what I don't know, man. Bang on pseudos, man. Start it off right.
Yeah, get it off right, man, with some scientific lyrics, man. Make sure we keep pace with science, man, because we space age Africans. Cedric, man, what's up with you, man? What it do?
I'm good. Just keep doing my do. Keep pushing my vaccine literacy. You know, I'm committed to getting my island vaccinated. So I'm just focused on doing the work. I've been watching these YouTube streets. It's crazy. But yeah, we the pseudo killers and we're going to have some fun tonight.
So, yeah, man, I really appreciate the work that specifically that Cedric and Sean do. And I respect that and I appreciate y'all, man. Cedric He's all over the damn island, man, on every radio station. I mean, high-level education on the vaccines, man. So, man, you stepped up as a leader in your community, bro. And we just appreciate you. We appreciate your training in science. We just really appreciate that. And you just official, bro, because we can tell based off what you say out your mouth, based off your actions, right? Let me say this again. We can tell based off of your actions, not what you say out your mouth, that you love your people, man. Appreciate you, Cedric. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. And I got to tell you that my courage to step up to the plate, I'm gonna say it every time I'm on here, because people got to recognize you. I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're alive. I look up to you. I appreciate you. The stance you took. I'm coming out saying what your position was gave me the confidence to stand behind my atheism, my scientific literacy, and go hard. I go hard now because of your inspiration. So I'm not gonna ever let anybody take that away from you.
Hey, man, listen, man, what I do, nobody can take away from you, because it's there, yo. Like, this is what civilizations is based off of. Sean, pseudo killer official. What it do? What it do? What it do?
Man, cooling. Just ready to, give people an alternative other than ivermectin, which ain't gonna cure shit.
Hey, listen. You funny guy. So we gonna have to. Let me look at this mic. Let me look at this camera and talk to myself here. Unc, don't be cussing. Don't you do it. Do not cuss. Right? So I was in a real groovy space today. From time to time, Dr. Mayat gives me a chance to actually come into the college virtually and actually talk to her students. I appreciate that. And so when I'm talking to her students, I have to talk a certain way. I can't be, I'm saying, I'm meaning that. Nope, I can't do that. So I need to kind of carry that over to here so that when I'm in those certain spaces, right, I gotta do it the way my moms and dad taught me. I gotta just do it. So I gotta watch my mouth. And guess why? Because I want those students to actually tune in to the pseudo killers. We got a very good package here, a very unique way of coming with the information. And I think more people, we should have 1 million subscribers. So I'm gonna dedicate myself to getting us 1 million subscribers. Why not set that goal right there? And the only way to get those 1 million subscribers is to get to the rest of the African-American community. Not only the African-American community, but the whole world in general. This is the mission, to get people to the families, the Masi, the Amaral Squad, and the Kofi Pasa research team. We can get 1 million followers. Those people in the chat room, man, y'all got to do a better job of promoting what we're doing right here. I know we all love the smut. I get it. We find cult leaders very, very interesting. Because over here, we the cult leader busters. And we're going to bust some cult leaders today. But we're going to do it with grace. We're going to do it with scientific literacy. Yeah, you also got to have financial literacy. So you can have the money to be able to do that. So we working right there, okay? It ain't over with, y'all. We still in the middle of a pandemic. Remember that here. So the science with Sean is an essential tool for the community. Pseudo killers is an essential tool for the community. The Masi Clan Warriors is an essential tool for the community. Kofi Pasa research team is an essential tool for the community. I swear it is. So we don't be dismayed. Don't worry about it. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to start lying to try to keep in pace. Because like I said, my enemies have gotten old. They've gotten so old that what they're saying sounds completely ridiculous. You're only as great as your daggone enemies. We know that. So what I want to say is, now let's bust some heads. First up, get their head busted, is Stinky Inky. So, what I would like to say in fine fashion, where they do that at? Since when does an online cult leader talk trash about other online cult leaders and act like that the online cult leader is not an online cult leader. Where they do that at? Let me slow it down. Minister Stinky Inky is an online cult leader. He's a shammer. He's a scammer. He's a flammer. Not because I'm trying to judge his character, because his work shows that. We have to start judging people by their work. Simple as that. There is no way to tell the difference between me, a Stinky Inky, and 100 other scammers. You got to look at their work. So let me pull up a definition. Let's start pulling up definitions. Let's do it very basic here. Some things I don't even want to talk about whether I was in the Marines and IDs and showed IDs. I would like to tell y'all that where are we? Since when did being in the Marine Corps become a problem? I think if your children decide to go into the services, I'd rather have them go into the armed forces than stand on the corner and sell dope. You can do a lot with that education in the armed service. You can go to college. You can come out, put yourself in a good position. You can retire in your 30s. Like, I'm not going to knock a black man or black woman for that. And by the way, we live in a world surrounded by enemies. The crystals and the fake herbs is not going to stop people from attacking you. Regardless of how you think you feel about the world, about the United States, how much you hate the United States, y'all know damn well, knock it off. So we're in a space where if a person happens to be in the armed services, that there's some kind of police or some kind of crazy person. My aunt, she served on the police force for about 30 years in Philadelphia. Proud black woman. She did a great job. Why would I knock that? We need more police officers in our community that understands our plight. That's the real problem, that we don't have enough police officers that look like us and understand us. So if you live in the community you're policing, you're going to slow down on killing those in your community because you know you got to deal with their aunts and their uncles. You're going to think twice about it. You're going to get that break that a lot of other people get that look just like them. They get those breaks. So we need to push for advocating that if you're policing certain communities, you should live in that community. That could be something we could get behind. But we're not going to stick around and knock black people because they've taken jobs in the police department. That's ridiculous. Simple as that. That makes no sense. Inky and them is not going to protect you. He's not going to stand out there if something happens to your grandmother. He's not going to go arrest people if they make certain accusations. They're not doing none of that. They're just talking. They're not intelligent at all. So I don't want to get off into that. Case in point, let's figure out exactly what a quack is. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You'll know. You'll hear it. Let me show you what quacks are, because I think we've actually forgotten about it. The charlatans and the quacks are now moving over to larger platforms, getting interviews. The interviewer does not know that they're actually bringing forth online quackery and online charlatans and online cult leaders. The cult has moved to the internet. We don't need no buildings. You don't need no buses and cars and trucks to bring people there. All you need is Cash App, some type of online store, and some type of herb and spices, and you got them. How do the people know what to mess with and what not to mess with? Well, we'll start it off with this. Let's deal with quackery. Definition of quackery. Quackery. Often synonymous with health fraud, is the promotion of fraudulent or ignorant medical practices. A quack is a fraudulent or ignorant pretender to medical skills. A person who pretends professionally or publicly to have skill, knowledge, qualifications, or credentials they do not possess. A charlatan or snake oil salesman. The term quack is a clipped form of an archaic term, quack salver, from Dutch. Let me see.
Kwakzalverij.
Quack. Wait, somebody was saying something?
Kwakzalverij. It's a Dutch word. Kwakzalverij. It means charlatan. It means hustler. It means fake. It means all salesman. And we use quack as a abbreviation of the Dutch word kwakzalverij.
In the Middle Ages, the term quack meant shouting. You know, get out on them soapboxes, hollering, screaming. Yeah. It says the quack salvers, did I say that right? Salvers sold their wares on the market shouting in a loud voice. Common elements of general quackery include questionable diagnosis, using questionable diagnostics tests, Ali Muhammad in the machine, as well as untested or refuted treatments, especially for serious diseases such as cancer. Dr. Sebi, I've cured cancer. Mr. Inky, we will go to his website. We're going to see what he thinks he's doing. Quackery is often described as health fraud. Wow, with the aggressive promotion. That's quackery. Let me move to charlatans real fast. Didn't let anybody say something on that subject. Okay, a charlatan, a swindler, or mountebank, or mountebank is a person practicing quackery or a similar confidence trick. See, they use confidence. They get your confidence. They cause you to believe. This is exactly what Melon did. In order to obtain money, fame, or other advantages through pretense and deception. Snake oil salesman. We get a kick out of this real quick. I'm gonna share the screen for this. Just get a quick kick. Let me see who the famous quack was in our community. Right before your eyes. Y'all see the screen? Who is this? Who is this?
Dr. Sebi.
Did he make the top 10 list of quacks? Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, who claimed to cure all diseases with herbs and unique vegan alkaline diet? Man.
We got to get into that alkaline nonsense.
Yeah, we know exactly where the alkaline diet came from. The alkaline diet came from a European. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, all these online con artists and quacks, they directly get their information from super quacks. They get it directly out of the European community, and they make it palatable for y'all.
And you know what? So
hold on, Stephanie. This is heinous to shape and form Europeans' information so that Black people can get an understanding. Go ahead, Cedric, and then we're gonna move to truth.
I wanted to just put a nail in the coffin of this alkaline nonsense once and for all. Your body has a pH of 7.4, exact. It doesn't move 1 decimal. we do blood, when people are in the ICU, we do pH measurements of their blood sample to determine how their pH is moving. So this is in a critical state of being. Your pH will move to 7.3 or 7.2, and then you're in critical condition. That means your body is pretty much shutting down. When you ingest any substance, it hits your stomach, which has a pH of 2 that is required to break food up. And a pH of 2 is so strong that anything entering into that pH will just be absorbed and become the same pH. So drinking alkaline water or eating alkaline food is pure and utter nonsense. Your body harmonizes that food, harmonizes, takes out the amino acids and the proteins and the vitamins it needs, and your body's blood pH is 7.4. There is nothing you can do to influence that. And this comes from quackery, where it says that cancer cells would die in acidic, in alkaline environments. So when they were doing their testing, they would put cancer cells in an alkaline environment, and that meant then they would die. But this is in vitro. This is just doing testing, just studying what are the mechanisms of these cancer cells. You cannot translate that information and sell people alkaline water as if this is going to prevent cancer from developing because their body's pH is now in a more alkaline state. This is utter nonsense.
So let's add to it. Let's see. Where you at? We at Truth. You want to add something to that?
Y'all pretty much got the quack stuff together. There's a lot of quacks going on around here in the community. Like I'm glad you read that definition. So glad you read that definition. Because like everybody wants to, they read a book and then think they went to 8 years of medical school. You know what I mean? The shit is crazy. My thing is, I would never trust my goddamn health to a dude that can't even keep his own teeth healthy. You know what I mean? That's telling me something about my body, how to keep my body healthy. You can't even keep your own body healthy. You know what I mean? I can't do it. All this shit gotta stop. Just let me know when I can go in, yo.
Yeah. Where you at, Sosa? Got something to add to that?
Nah, I don't cover it, man. You know, I'm sitting back enjoying the show, man. Keep rocking.
Okay. Kent?
I felt like, man, we dealt with all of these quacks last year, yo. Like, it feel like a repeat, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? For the people to still be falling for the same old bullshit, man. It's like, when does it stop?
Well, so do you suggest we stop?
No, I'm not saying we stop. I'm just saying, when does it stop? The ignorance. You know what I mean? Like, if we tell them the same thing over and over again, and they still just like, nah, fuck that. We ain't. I just don't understand. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand it clearly. I don't think it's for us to try to make people get it. We just got to drop the seed, man.
I feel that.
It's a slow process. It's a slow process, bro. Like, I ain't dive out of pseudoisms overnight.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely understand. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying we stop. I'm just saying that to say that people just ain't, you know, sometimes you just gotta beat it into them, or they gotta click sometime.
Hello.
Might not.
Okay.
Might not. It might not click, but what we do know is that it does click for some people, because if not, we would not be here.
Facts.
Right? If not, we would not be here. So here we go. Show the screen. Let me show you Dr. Sabi's teacher. Real quick, real easy. Here you go. Here's Dr. Sabi teacher right here. Main man Arnold. There you go. That's his teacher. There you have it. That's the teacher. How we know? Because this guy taught what? The muculus diet. This is his claim to fame. Muculus diet. Let me see. Let me come right here. Disease. Okay. Earnhardt claimed that pus and mucus forming foods were the cause of human disease. Does that not sound familiar? Wow. George, I think we've got it. It's fasting. So whenever they talk about the fasting, they're getting it from Arnold. So remember. Charlatans begot charlatans. Look at the tree. Look at the tree. So you hear me say names like John Jackson, John Henry Clark, Hubert Harrison, Black Socrates, Dr. Ben. You hear me say these names. Simple as that. All right. So there you go. That's your man, right? And if you don't think that he actually subscribed to that particular gentleman, then let's hear it. Let's hear it in his own words.
Rather be
Hold on one sec.
treated like a person, not a patient.
Come on, man. One sec. Let me mute my mic. Real fast. In his own words. His own words.
Arnold Everett, on the other hand, he talked about the mucusless diet. He doesn't talk about herbs and how to cure disease, but he said that if you stop eating foods that would break down the mucous membrane, mucus-making foods, that you would be healed again of any disease that you have. Just stop it. Arnold was a white man, as you know. He was a German. He made a mistake. He told the world that a black man was inherently superior to a white man. They didn't like that. He also said that when the white race stopped eating acid food, that the body would begin to turn brown, like an Indian.
Hold up, that's how.
Yes, he did say that. And he also said that when he tried himself, he used himself as an example. He was in good health, and he cut himself, and the wound healed in less than no time, maybe 5 or 6 days. It was closed and there was no pus. He began eating potatoes and carrots and cabbage, and when he cut himself, it turned to pus, and it took a long time to heal. This is why when you find our sisters with these sores on the side with indolent ulcers, it takes a long time to heal and they never heal. Arnold Everett is the only person that I agree with 100%.
There you go. There you go. So he agrees with a known charlatan and quack 100%. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is how we chop down a tree. We chop down the roots, kill them at the roots, chop the head off. Where you at, Cedric? You want to add something there real quick?
I'm just thinking about how now since we made this beautiful discovery of how humans actually get diseases, we can take the whole germ theory, throw it away. That book you got on virology, you can take that and throw it away, Unc. It becomes easy. It has just become easy. We've just overturned the germ theory with one quack that didn't know what he was talking about. What else can I say? You know why I'm so hard on Dr. Sebi? This man is being referred to down here right now in the Caribbean on my little island. Dr. Sebi is being referred to. And a lot of people are using Dr. Sebi as an excuse not to get the vaccine. Your food is your medicine. Boost your immune system. His tentacles are long. So we gotta cut him down by the root. That tree needs to just be torn up. This man has left a legacy of death because of the minds he has corrupted.
Hey, don't worry about it. He ain't getting us on the sign. Hey, Vance, you want to add something to that? Because I know where you at. It's 9:50. Ooh-wee. Where you at, Vance?
No. I'm right there with y'all. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm sitting here eating.
You want to add anything in there, man? Just period, man. Anything. You want to add something real quick?
Nah, not really. Yeah, I've been battling people myself on the vaccine and different things like that. And it's crazy how the highest level of education doesn't warrant the correct research when it comes to the vaccine. I'm battling people with master's degrees and bachelors, and they act like they've never been taught how to research in their life. It's crazy. So I'm right there with y'all.
Crazy and interesting, man. Crazy interesting. Hey, CK the poet, pseudo killer official. What it do, sis? How you doing?
Peace. Peace to the panel. Peace to the chat.
Peace, CK.
Long time no see, everybody.
Time no see. I know, right?
I know it's definitely good to be in the building. Been MIA training, still busy.
That's right.
But I felt like if I didn't come through tonight, I'll just keep making excuses, like something to just keep coming up. So thought I'd swing by, see what the hell y'all got going on here. I see y'all beating up the pseudos as normal.
Easy.
You need to start putting a wanted poster out. All them pseudos that be on your thread on Facebook, they need to come through because they do way too much talking and not enough proving. So y'all should know what it is when the pseudo killers come through. We're coming through with information. We're coming through with the evidence, the facts, and we're gonna keep it 100. But we also willing to hear the pseudos out. Like, hey, say what you gotta say, get it all off your chest. But after you get it all off your chest, you gotta come with some kind of facts. You gotta come with something to prove what you're saying. Because, what I mean? Like, you can only talk so much. You can only make so many claims before people start looking at you like you're making stuff up.
There you go.
That's for the pseudos, man.
They have no sources. And we know what it is around here, man. Everybody, a pseudo always dies at his source. They can't show a source. So, truth. Can we move to the next item? We want to talk about scamming. That's what we want to actually talk about, scamming, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know the rule, man. When you come from the king, better cut his head off. Don't leave me living. Don't leave me scammer. Scammer. What the hell is a scammer? Let's see. Scammer. What exactly is a scammer? A scammer is a person who commits fraud and participates in dishonest schemes.
Scammer.
So can we get that document up, Mr. Truth?
Yeah, I got you. Let me share my screen.
Share your screen. Let's get the document up and let's see if Minister Stinky Inky, first of all, he claims to be a doctor, which he is not. That puts him squarely in the charlatan and the quackery category. Okay? He plays that game. Let's get straight to the document in question. Go ahead. Let's see. Are we just tripping? Or is Mr. Stinky Inky a
Scammer
alert? Scammer alert? Scammer. Let's see. Now, we're not just talking. We're not just defaming people's character. We're not just talking. We're actually showing documents. Go ahead, Mr. Truth. Let's see.
All right, so I went over to another platform last night where Inky was on, right? And actually confronted him with this document.
It's Moore's TV, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Moore's TV.
Shout out to Moore's TV. You know, you how they said, you lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas.
Please.
Yeah, you're gonna be itching soon though, bro. Because the brother lied. He actually came up. We're gonna get all into his explanation to what has actually happened after we actually go through what this document is actually telling. Because there was a lot of people in the chat that was trying to say, like, oh, this is about water. He already explained this ain't got nothing to do with water, bro. This has something to do with his company, with him selling stocks and illegally selling stocks to his investors, telling his investors that he can that they were going to get a part of the business. They were going to be able to make money off their stocks. You see what I'm saying? But the shit wasn't true because he ain't had stock. So let's get into this document. So what I did was found this. How did I find this document? Because there's another comment that was in the section. They try to say that I've actually paid one of the companies to actually look up this dude's name and actually find this document. That is a lie. How I found this document was simply just Googling Minister Inky. That's all I did. I simply put in Minister Inky, and this document popped right up, right? So I asked him last night. First, he tried to deny like this wasn't his name. He tried to blame, say this company was somebody else's.
Don't even worry about it, man. Let's just get him out of there, man. Don't even worry about that.
Hold on, he said it wasn't even his name, though.
Yeah, he tried to. He throwing all type of tricks. So basically, what this is
my fault. He got about 30 different names in here. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm about to show you. It's right there. It's on the screen now if you want to look at it now. But this is a desist and refrain order, right? This is not something that a lawyer just gives to you because somebody filed a charge on you or somebody serving you court papers. No, this document is actually from the Department of Business Oversight. You see it right here on the side, right? This cease and refrain order is for violations of section 25110 and 2540 of the Corporations Code. All right. So he violated the state's business code. You see what I'm saying? By scamming his people. So let's just get into the document. I'm gonna try to read this I read it last night, but I'm gonna read the whole document this time because I noticed that if you don't read the whole document, people miss a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. Hopefully it's painless. But here we go. The Commissioner of Business Oversight finds that all relevant times 40-Day Fruit Fast LLC was a Delaware limited liability company incorporated on November 25th, 2015, with a registered place of business at 12 Railroad Avenue. 40-Day Fruit also operated a website located at www.40dayfruitfast.com and advertised Plasma Plus as the first probiotic living structured water created to rejuvenate the body's plasma, stores taken directly out of the Earth's lymphomic system. I might have pronounced that wrong. All right, now this section, number 2, just simply states all of Antoine, I can't pronounce his last name, all his aliases. And dude got like 20 aliases. You see what I'm saying? That should be the first sign that somebody is a scammer, right? It's because they got so many different names. The reason they got so many different names is because they're trying to hide their identity. You see what I'm saying? So if people try to sue them, you feel what I'm saying? They can't find them because they got so many different aliases, right? So let's continue. Beginning in at least March of 2015, 40-Day Fruit offered and sold.
Hold on, please, 1 second. So Cube, see there you go again, Cube. Inky never cleared anything up, Cube. You see how you do it? Like, where's your thought process at, Cube?
Yeah, Cube, he lied. What I'm telling you is
you keep doing it, Cube. That's not from a lawyer, Cube.
He lied.
That's not from a lawyer, Cube. How we bugging, Cube? That's why you can't make the first hour, Cube, because you don't have, your thinking is not there, Cube. You would actually believe Inky, bro. He didn't clear anything up. That's an official quote.
He lied to his investors.
Bro, how you gonna believe a army person came in who was a model And then he was later find out he worked for the Army and he works in
We're
intelligence.
going to listen to his explanation too after I finish reading this. I'm going to let y'all hear exactly what Inkley said out of his mouth, so we can't say we made nothing up on him. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
So,
hey, Truth,
right,
hold on, Truth. I know I'm cutting in, Truth. I'm simply saying this is why I'm always at with Cube, yo. Like, it's no way. Like, I can't spend an hour arguing with Cube. That's a document from where, yo, roll it down a little bit. Roll it down a little bit.
What you mean? Roll it back up to
On
the top?
side and say what? What did it say? What's that? The Department of what?
Department of Business Oversight. This ain't from no lawyer. This ain't no complaint.
Hold on. That's the state of Cal. What did it say? Stop. State of California Department of Business Oversight. Scroll up and scroll again to the top of the document. It's right there. Look, ooh.
And this is what it says. It says desist and refrain order for violations.
Right.
Okay?
So
very important word. Violations.
It's the code. Look, y'all intelligent around here. Hold up. Scroll it down. There's a code right there. Put the code in the computer right here for violation of section 25110 and 25401 of the what? Corporation code. Y'all can just copy and paste that and see what it is. Q. That's why you can't make the first hour, dog, because there's too much struggling with you, man. There's no clearing this up. You've been scammed by the scammer. There's no clearing that up. Go ahead. I'm sorry for my fault. Let me get out.
That was necessary because that's one of the things people were saying last night. They don't understand what I'm reading right now, but we're gonna get all the way in it because this time I'm gonna read the whole shit.
And Q's supposed to be smarter than that, though.
Yo, Q, he has his moments, yo. He good though.
Nah, he's not good.
Like
no, he's not good. Yeah, we seen it on Moore's TV last night. Why don't you take your happy ass over there, Q? But on Moore's TV, yo, they was flim and bam in the document.
Yeah.
You know what we seen on that?
Breaking up the bill. You got 3 niggas defending it. You got the nigga small boss trying to explain what's going on. He ain't never read the goddamn document.
Right.
That shit was crazy, bro.
All right. So let me get back into it so we can get over, so I can get to and show Cube that this dude actually did scam, because it's something that you don't know. And I'm gonna let him. Inky put his own foot in his mouth, and I'm gonna let you hit. In the beginning, at least, I read that already. 40-day fruit. 40-day fruit offered and sold securities. Right. That's a very important word that I want y'all to remember. 40-day fruit offered and sold securities. Right. To at least one California resident. He sold these securities to more than just this one person. This is the only reason that California got involved, was because one of those people was a California resident. So let's make that clear too. 40-day fruit claimed that they would sell the specialty bottled water and investors would share in the profits generated. Right? So let's go down. Using YouTube videos, 40-day fruit posted its plasma plus water experiments using zinc and copper wire. 40-day fruit also provided information regarding the investment in a Facebook members only group called 40-day fruit, located at www.facebook.com, on another website located at www.gofundme.com. 40-day fruit collected payment for the investment. So basically, the people in his Facebook group were investing in his business via the GoFundMe link that they just showed you. All right. These securities were offered and sold by 40-day fruit in this state and user transactions. The Department of Business Oversight has not issued a permit or other form of qualification authorizing any person to offer and sell these securities in this state. Basically,
Hold on, what? It says what? The who? The who?
Department of Business Oversight has not issued a permit or other form of qualification authorizing any person to offer and sell these securities in this state, meaning that he was not allowed to even sell anybody the stocks. It goes on to tell you why, though. In connection with the offer and sale of these securities, 40-day fruit made and caused to be made misrepresentations of material facts and omitted to the state material facts necessary in order to make the statement made, in the light of the circumstances under which they were made, not misleading. These misrepresentations and omissions included, but are not limited to, the following. Now watch what they detail what he actually did. 40-day fruit misrepresented to investors that investors would receive stock certificates representing their ownership in the company. 40-day fruit did not provide stock certificates to its investors as promised. 40-day fruit misrepresented to at least some investors beginning in at least March of 2015 that 40-day fruit was a registered Delaware liability company, limited liability company. However, 40-day fruit did not register with the state of Delaware until November 2015. 40-day fruit misrepresented to investors that the company had a valid employer identification number registered with the Internal Revenue Service at the time of offering. 40-day fruit failed to disclose to investors that he filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy on July 30th, 2010. Based on the foregoing findings, the Commissioner of Business Oversight is of the opinion that the securities in the form of stock certificates and stock shares and 40-day fruit are securities subject to qualification under the California Corporate Securities Law of 1968 and are being or have been offered and sold without being qualified, right? So he was selling these stocks without being qualified to sell stocks. He sold people fake stocks.
Freeze for a minute. Q keep hollering about the resolution. There is no resolution. It's a cease and desist. Can somebody please explain to Q what a cease and desist order is? Somebody in the chat room explain to this man, because he's just hard-headed as fuck. I'm cussing.
It means to stop what you're doing.
He done made
Hold up, we about to get there right now. Matter of fact.
Let me just
immediately.
The point, man, is why you can't make it to the first hour, Q, because you hard-headed. And now you're defending bona fide pseudos. So now you in question. It's normal. I always knew that you had it there, bro. I always knew. I knew it. I know it. And I know it.
You gonna let him mess up the show?
Nope, I'm not. I'm done. Let me shut up. Matter of fact, let me blink myself out and get off there.
Yo, so y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so pursuant to section 25532 of the Corporate Securities Law of 1968, 40-day fruit fast and Antoine, aka to give all his AKAs, are hereby ordered to desist and refrain from the further offer or sale. This is very important. This is where he gets you at. This is where he manipulated people into thinking that they told him that he couldn't sell his water and all this extra shit. They didn't say that. Just listen to what this say. Are hereby ordered to desist and refrain from the further offer or sale in the state of California of securities, including but not limited to the shares consisting of common stock, unless and until qualification has been made under the law or unless exempt. All right. So we gonna I ain't played the video yet. Do I need to read? Yeah, I guess I do need to read the rest of this. Might as well. It's only 2 paragraphs. Further, the Commissioner of Business Oversight is of the opinion that the securities offered by 40-day fruit, all his AKAs, were offered in the state by means of written or oral communications that included untrue statements of material fact or omitted to state material facts necessary in order to make the statements made. In the light of the circumstances under which they were made, not misleading, in violation of section 25401 of the Corporate Securities Law of 1968. Pursuant to section of the Corporate Securities Law 1968, 40-day fruit and Antoine, all his alias again, are hereby ordered to desist and refrain from offering and selling or buying or offering to buy any security in the state of California, including but not limited to 40-day fruit stock certificates or stock ownership by means of any written or oral communication, which includes a true statement of material fact or omits to the state material fact necessary in order to make the statements made in the light of the circumstances under which they were made, not misleading. All right, I think that's it pretty much. And it's pretty much got
The
the
order is
main,
necessary. What? This order is what?
this order is necessary and the public interest for the protection of investors and consistent with the purposes, policies, and provisions of the Corporate Securities Law of 1968.
And who is this document from who? Dated July 1st, 2016,
Hey.
Los Angeles, California. Who? Jan Lynn, who is it?
Commissioner of Business Oversight. That's not no lawyer just giving them something. What he did was he told his investors that they were getting stocks and trade for their money. There was never no stocks. He did not have any stocks to trade. He scammed them people. And when the one dude found out about it, went and tried to turn in his stock, get his money, he couldn't do it. They told him it was fake. So the dude went to the Facebook group and told everybody that he was scamming people. But let me let y'all hear Inky's story.
All right, let me say this point though. So this has nothing to do with him having 40-day fruit fast. He can still have that. That wasn't the illegal part. I'm gonna say this again. The fruit fast part wasn't the illegal part. The fact that he was trying to sell shares was the illegal scam part. Now, come on, man. Don't even look, just play the, go ahead. Play the, you only got to play their voice. You can play their voice though.
So you don't want me to show the video?
No, you can just play the voice, you can hear him.
Yeah,
I gotta put the cue back up.
Parker said you can play the video. He ain't gonna block nobody. He said shit.
All right, well, go ahead then.
Well, let this shit get paid. You know how YouTube.
Hey, the funny part was like, yo, you said, hey, your name Antoine? He's like, no. Then he was like, Antoine so-and-so, AKA.
For educational purposes. For educational purposes.
Hey, he was trying to lie last night, act like it wasn't him.
Yeah, it's terrible, yo. We're not playing this game right here. Very clear, very concise, and it is what it is. I don't want to hear the flam about it wasn't really me, it's him.
No, we're gonna let him talk. This is his story.
Let's hear his story. Go ahead. You can't hear nothing.
Yeah, it might be still on mute.
Mute.
When we try to
can you pause the video, True?
Pause the video,
True. The audio. You need to play the audio through Zoom, yo. If you got headset on, we can't hear it because you got headset on.
No, I ain't got no headset on. I don't know what's going on.
So you need to in Zoom, next to the microphone, there's an arrow that points up. It says select the microphone, same as system. Select the speaker, same as system. You need to make sure that it says select the speaker, same as system. It's in the Zoom.
Back to the other screen. Oh,
okay.
You said do what now? Go to more?
It's an arrow next to, no, not more. It's an arrow next to the microphone in Zoom.
Gotcha.
If you click the arrow,
hold up.
There's some controls. It says select the speaker, same as system.
Gotcha.
Or you can put this video in the chat and I'll play the video. You ain't gonna see it, but you're gonna hear it.
All right, yeah, we can do it either way. I think I just did what you said though. Let's see if you hear it.
All right.
Y'all hear now?
Your system ain't even playing.
Nope. So let me just share the link with Sean real quick.
I can play the video though if you put it in the back in the thing.
Yeah, that's
what
I'm doing right
really see what I'm gonna do, man.
Huh?
Yeah, man, you could do it.
Yeah, that's
give it to me for sure. Give it to me.
Hey, remember that timestamp though? That 40
it's
minutes.
In the chat, yo.
I got it. I see it. Well, I see the timestamp.
All right.
Yeah, you know I ain't going without that timestamp, yo.
Hey, you know, so Q, man, I don't appreciate your childishness right now, yo. Like it's crazy. Like it's straight crazy. Like everybody know my stance on the pseudoisms, the 100,000% pseudoisms from Polite, from Divine Suspect, from Delbert Blair, from Bobby Hemmett, from everybody. You said what?
I'm about to interrupt you and all that.
What you? I couldn't hear you.
I said I'm about to interrupt you and all of that.
Well, go ahead. I'm waiting. Matter of fact,
40 minute mark.
I can stop sharing.
I feel like I ain't potted.
All right.
You're bad. It was raining forever. Hard rain.
Hold up. Sure, this mother went to hold. Can y'all hear it?
You ain't playing. Go ahead. We ain't loud and clear.
Nah, I actually did. Okay, it didn't jump. Okay, 40 minute. Let me go to 39.
And open it up to the people in the Facebook group that I had. So one of the brothers, I did a lecture in North Carolina. It's like the telephone game in kindergarten. You say something in the first person ear, and then by the time it go all the way through the classroom and get to the last person, you know it's something totally different. So people escalate the story. You know what I'm saying? One person said he bought me a house. Now this person saying I lived in Polite House. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, did you ever live in Polite House?
No.
Okay. Because that's the thing that was
going on. I think it's around 39 the time mark, 39 minutes.
Yeah, I'm getting it. All right.
Not totally familiar with it, but before, you know, when you go in on somebody, like they're gonna talk about how many they try to pull out some fake receipts that I beat up women. They're gonna do all this stuff.
Fine. Listen,
I don't care. We can go to
yeah,
but I want to make sure that we get here right now and deal with some of these claims that I seen in the chat.
Right. So let's deal with the water thing. So what I did was I tried to start a business and open it up to the people in the Facebook group that I had. So one of the brothers, I did a lecture in North Carolina on water. One of the brothers, you know, introduced himself to me and we started kicking it about water. So after we have a couple of conversations, I guess he was vetting me to see, you know, where my head was or whatever. He's like, hey, you know, I got a brother that's looking for investors or distributors or whatever. You know, he has an actual spring and, you know, the water is great and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, bet, you know, and we start talking about how we're going to do it and logistics and what it's going to take to ship the water and package the water and all this other shit. I meet the guy, I check out the property. Like he had hundreds of acres. Like this shit is crazy. Nestle, Pepsi Cola, all of them was trying to buy his springs away from him. I don't know how much people in America really pay attention to the war on water, but Nestle, Pepsi, all of them, they like, it's some other shit going on down there. You know what I'm saying? It's tough for people that actually have water as a resource. Like they own the land that it's on. It's tough for them to hold on to it. So anyway, we try to do our own shit in Facebook and delegating out the opportunity amongst the group. One guy that none of us really knew, but because me and a couple of other guys, you know, we had my usual suspects. We was just, our hands was full with a bunch of shit. So anyway, this guy named Amin comes into the group, and I got pictures of this goofy nigga, bro. This nigga was really, this was the real time. Like this was one of 2 times that I knew that our community, like we wasn't alone in this, we're not alone in this community. There's a lot more activity between federal agents and government agency people on a higher level, even more than Irritated Genie, because you know Irritated Genie is Homeland Security. But I mean, you know that's the truth. So
bro, you be dropping the bombs.
So hold on. So this nigga Amin, right? Long story short, let me tell you how this nigga ran a scam on me. Like, so I know that this nigga was only sent there to stop our movement. We was looking like we was really picking up steam. I told everybody in the group, invest, let's put this money together. We're gonna get this water, start our own company, blah, blah, blah. So I go into making up the whole water shit. I come up with the name and the fucking graphics and the whole, you know, I'm breaking my water shit down. You know, it's inky, you know what I'm saying? So We get the water, we bottle the water, everything. We about to release the water. We have a lecture in North Carolina, you know, for the people that's down with the shit. Like, yeah, we're going to release the water. I'm showing everybody we got the water, everything bottled up, labeled up, nice and pretty, all glass, no plastic bullshit. So anyway, this slick nigga, come to find out, my man hits me like, yo, you know, your man been down here, like sleeping in hotels, like coming around the house, like asking questions about where we get the water and all that. I was like, word?
Who's your man?
The kid named Amin from the fucking Facebook group. Okay. Now he tells us that he's a model. This is what he told us initially. And he sent like pictures of him being like a B-level actor or, you know, model type nigga. So I'm just thinking the nigga's goofy when my man starts telling me this type of shit. 2 weeks later, I'm at a lecture. A lawyer, or not a lawyer, but like a service person shows up and serves me with papers. The papers say cease and desist, saying anything about the water, the name, the trademark, all of this shit, right? Then, now here's the slickness. This nigga goes into the Facebook group and tells people, yo, Inky is scamming us. He never really got the water. Tell him to give you a refund. I said, yo, this nigga's a funny nigga. You know that there's no money because I already bought the water. It's already bottled. It's already labeled. It's already ready to distribute. And you know, I can't distribute it to turn it back into money, nigga, because you served me with papers that said this is all your shit, because he trademarked everything overnight. Even all the names that I came up with, the labels, all this shit, this nigga trademarked everything. And he would have had something, like he thought in his mind that he was backdooring us to not only stop the movement, but to get the water. Goofball nigga, you only got an idea that you trademarked that's not yours. You don't have access to the fucking water. That's my guy's family land, you goofy nigga. So, but he just stopped that whole water shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, where the idea of the kidney water and all of that stuff came in, a lot of people is thinking about that because it actually turned out like there's no person that I gave no water to that fucked up their kidneys. That's a bullshit stuff. Like, think about that. If that happened, where the fuck is that person? You see what I'm saying? But what did happen is Black and Nobel had got busted out because Black and Nobel water actually is killing people.
All right.
Yeah, Nobel.
Yeah, you can end it there, yo.
Yeah, that's not okay. So he hit y'all with the gift gallop. All right. So let me help y'all out real fast. You do not get a trademark overnight. Ladies, again, you cannot trademark anything overnight. I have a couple of trademarks.
What if you go real fast, dog? You sure? What if I start real early in the day though? What if I wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning and then do like all day though? You feel me?
My thing is, if he got all the labeling, all that type of stuff, had the bottles, had all that type of stuff, but you ain't had none of it trademarked.
No, don't get off. Listen, no, see, we off on the wrong thing because that paper had nothing to do with that.
Exactly. Yeah. It was about his 40-day food fast. The water had nothing to do with that.
The cease and desist wasn't because you had taken another person's trademark. No, because a person had taken this business and trademarked it, and so you could no longer sell the water. The cease and desist because you were selling stock. Simple as that. It's very simple. That's why we read the document. Did you hear this man lie? I didn't do it. Everybody will unk the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm really the good guy. We just reside somewhere in a crazy universe where you can lie and steal and take people money and be an online charlatan, online scammer, and online cult leader. And people who teach scientific literacy, right, can barely have 150 views in this community. It's amazing. Go ahead, Sean.
So the USPTO reviews your application. That could take 4 to 6 months. Responding to the office action takes 6 months. Publication period takes 3 months.
You want to share your screen?
No, I can't share it, but it's 13 to 18 months for an official trademark. Okay, that's to have an official trademark, and that is coming from Alex Morales, who is a lawyer. Okay, he's a trademark attorney. I'm sorry, he's a trademark attorney. Okay, go to common law trademark rights. All right, you go to common law trademark rights, and it'll tell you how long that takes. Also, you can go to USPTO, which is United States Patent and Trademark Office, and it tells you at United States Patent and Trademark Office that usually the process takes 12 to 18 months. You can register your trademark. It is a complex procedure that involves your application moving through various stages. You have to learn more about the stages to help you fully understand. For example, once you submit your initial application, it takes them 4 to 6 months to review the application. That is only stage 1. And then there's other stages that I listed behind that. So uspto.gov, and you can pull up how long does it take to register, and it goes from there.
Man, Mo helped me get my trademark, and it took, come on, man. So, but if you're not familiar with businesses and trademarks, he can just get you. If you're selling incense on a corner somewhere, you're confident in that. So once again, this had nothing to do with the juice fast. It had all to do with securities and exchange of selling quote unquote securities. Like, that's what it was. You want to say something? So
hold on, but to be more clear now,
clear than that.
Assuming no one comes forward during the application period to dispute the trademark will issue the trademark registration certificate 2 to 3 months after publication. So that process, there's a long process regarding the trademark, and there are steps that could hinder your progress. Now, if they're trying to speed up this part, yeah, people can contest the trademark.
Yeah, but even if it was a trademark, the whole point is that the case wasn't about a damn trademark license
at all.
What?
Niggas selling fake stock.
Got us down the rabbit hole.
Shot down the rabbit hole, yo. Because he know what? The believing brain. He know that we want to believe. This is what they take advantage of. This is why what we do is so important, because we fight against the beliefs that formulated in the Stone Age as our minds develop, man. We have a Stone Age brain. So let's talk about that water now. It's time to talk about the water. It's time to talk about that water. Now, what about that?
I'm going to just say this for y'all, get into that too. And another conscious community hustle that you can always see is COINTEL Pro. It works every time. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, they was trying to infiltrate us. You know what I'm saying? Dude was working with you. Always gonna get that shit. That's automatic. Automatic. COINTEL Pro, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to help the community, and he saw what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby was about to buy NBC. Yeah, always, bro. Shit works every time, man. But go ahead.
They had homonyms. Trying to discredit the guy. They had homonyms. Oh, classic.
Yeah, so a truth, you're right. He never answered any of those questions. He never addressed it. He made it. Yeah, man. Come on, man. So this is what y'all up against, man. And it's a shame. It's really a shame, yo.
Scammer.
So we got him on that, and I'm not finished. And we're not cussing him out. We're not doing any of that. Let's talk about the water, the worms, the aging. Let's see what we're selling here. Let's see. Let's see what the guy is really selling here. First of all, while he's selling y'all the 40-day fruit fast, what is it? 40-day fruit fast?
Yeah, 40-day fruit fast.
Yeah, let me show you what he's really doing while he's selling you that. While he's doing that, he's really doing this. Okay? I find it to be very incredible. Let's see. Why we doing all that? Why we playing this game? Let's see the game really played.
You did hear the excuse he made.
No. Just watch the video. Let's watch. We're at McDonald's selling a 40-day fruit fast, while we chomp down. Minister Ingie's chomping down on a Big Mac while he got everybody 40-day fruit fasting. I find this very, very interesting. He got the fries. He got the large Sprite. You know that's the Sprite. Dauphine sweet, and you got the double burger, double patties. While all along he's telling you eat fruit. This is what the scammers actually do. This is what they do. Be a vegan, but I'm gonna eat McDonald's. See the teeth sticking out of his mouth, that's him. Now watch him drink that. There you go. Oh man, I didn't want to put that in there. Didn't want to put that in there, but there you go. That's your man right there. That's your man. That's your man.
You heard the excuse, right?
Hey, he's going in.
That was a skit.
Hold on, Cedric, we're not listening to any of that. Our lying eyes saw the fruit fast vegan guy eating a double Big Mac.
Yo, it don't
Hey,
get no worse than that, man.
I'm saying this. See, this is what we do on the pseudo killers. Been doing this the whole time, my whole time coming in the community, right? While everybody's saying what Unc did and what that niggas in the chapel, Unc ain't clean. You're right, I'm not clean because I took that from Chief X. Yeah, that what you call it, the moringa. Yeah, I took that. So that's not a scam. That's I took that. And I'm not explaining to anybody why I took it. If you don't know, then you need to catch up. But yeah, I took that. That ain't a scam. No, I took that. Carry on. Anyway, while everybody throwing their little shots around the board, oh, Unc this, Unc that, playing with my character and all that, I'm showing videos where vegans and fruit fasting dudes are eating Big Macs. But I'm the bad guy. French fries supersized with the extra sweet Sprite. But I'm the bad guy. I'm in the Marines. I'm the police because I'm promoting health. But yet the guy that's supposed to be promoting health is promoting McDonald's. Really? Everybody know on this panel, when I go to McDonald's, what I get, what I eat. Hey, Ken, what do I eat when I go to McDonald's, what do I get?
A straight double cheeseburger with no meat.
Big Mac with no meat, man. Come on, man. Get it straight. Don't lie on me.
I gotta, put some spice on it. But yeah, yo, he get the burger with no meat, man. I ain't never seen it in my life.
Favorite meal. I can't help it.
We heard him ordering it on the phone. He's like, yo, what the fuck?
You go to McDonald's to eat bread.
Nah, man, I can't explain, man.
Yo, he said if you put the sauce on it, it tastes like the meat in there, yo. I said, oh, hell no.
You gotta try it. I'm telling you, all right. I go, but that guy had the beef patty. We seen it leaking out of his mouth. And one more thing before we move into the water. This is all I'm trying to figure out. So we got people that are supposed to be doctors, right? And the first thing I notice is he has gold teeth. It's the mentality, not the gold teeth. That's not the problem because you can have gold teeth. But why wouldn't you fix your teeth before you put on the gold teeth? Let me slow it down for y'all. Picture this. Teeth all messed up. Instead of spending the money to get his teeth fixed, as any doctor would, he decides to put brass. You know how he must have went to the corner store somewhere, right? Where they sell it in New York, they got all them stores, and he bit into the mold, right? And he get them brass teeth. But the ignorance of it all, why wouldn't you get your teeth fixed? It's like a guy with a Benz or a Ferrari, but living in his mother house. It's that mentality. He hasn't matured in his thinking. Raggedy teeth, and then he puts gold over it. It's not even gold, it's brass.
He gets the mold with the raggedy teeth instead of fixing his teeth and then getting the gold.
Is it me? But I'm the bad guy. I'm really the good guy. I don't raise my children like that. Like, hey, check this out. Get your teeth fixed with that money and then save up and get the gold on it next, or the brass, whatever you're getting. We know he got brass. I don't understand that. He's not thinking, but he's the guy with high level coronavirus information. This guy, that guy with tennis shoes around his neck and raggedy teeth with fake gold on him, and that's the guy y'all following? And that's such funny? And he ha-ha and he can while he lies and destroys people's character, and that's funny? No, I don't think it's funny. I think it's absurd and horrid that he would actually do this. So this is where we at, right? You get the online cult leaders, man, and look, see, I don't have to keep bashing everybody. I've already told y'all who the charlatan was. I've already told y'all, don't mess with that. Watch this, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put a website on there again, right? Put the website up. I've put in Polite's website up. I was like, don't buy that. Don't do the stat, don't do it. I brought Polite on the show, he explained it, and I'm like, don't do it. So this is nothing new. It's new to some of the brand new people. Everybody like Dr. Philgood Valentine, charlatan, don't do it. Everybody. So my record is very, very clear, right? I have a no pseudo clause in my contract. No pseudo. You know, we should say this is a no-fly zone, no spookism, none of that. So don't tell me on who Unc is. I'm the bad guy. Remember, I'm the police. Guess why I'm the police? For promoting science-based medicine. That makes me the police. For promoting vaccines, Sean is the police. The pseudo killers, a whole bunch of police, because they actually promote quote unquote science-based medicine. And we the bad guys in the community that has absolutely nothing, right? So this is what I want to say to y'all and all y'all fakers and naturopathic doctors. If you do not have a naturopathic ambulance in a naturopathic hospital, don't talk to me. See, sometimes you have to be sophisticated in your approach. Why would I deal with the fake naturopathic pseudo doctors in our community when they don't even have a hospital for me to go to if I just so happen to get sick off of the stuff that's selling me? Suppose they stuff don't work, and we already know it don't work, and I get sick. I still have to go to the quote unquote white man's hospital, like science overnight has become white. I'm gonna say this real slow for y'all. Sometimes you have to be sophisticated in your thinking. Why would I deal with herbs and spices when there is no herb and spice hospital or ambulance? If you out there running off these herbs and they're telling you think you got videos acting like the person took the faking y'all out. If that lady would have got sick, the hospital would have had to come get her by way of the ambulance. You couldn't have, what you think the lady would do? Oh, I want Inky to come. No, see, when y'all get sick based off of taking them herbs, which really gives you no protection, you can't call Inky, we're gonna take a flight in and heal you. No, African Americans must be sophisticated. Go with the program is, if you get sick, there's an ambulance for you. Depending on what neighborhood you live in, it might be faster or quicker.
Had to throw the disclaimer.
Go to the hospital.
Hey, Cedric, that's some American problems right there, yo. Them shits don't come in the hood.
Right? You go to the hospital, and when you're in the hospital, you say, "Hey, what's that you give me?" No, you shut up. Right? Your family come around, they pray to do all that, right? And hopefully you get healed from whatever you're ailing from. But what you don't do is, I ain't going, yo, call up Inky, call up Farrakhan, you call up Polite. You don't do it. You don't do that. No, you take your African-American butts to the hospital. The quote-unquote witch doctors, the quote-unquote pap doctors, or the quote-unquote quack doctors, they go to the hospital. Hell, Dr. Sebi checked himself out the hospital and killed his damn self. He believed this thing so much that he left the hospital and died from pneumonia, which is the pathogen of virus. But tangle where we weave when we practice to deceive. If Inky gets sick for real, you think he gonna reach over his bedside and grab the baby, give me the herb? No. He's gonna say, take me to the hospital. The same way he went to McDonald's, he's going to a hospital.
Doctor, save me.
Hey.
I keep asking that question. When you end up in the hospital, are you gonna ask what's in the medication? Are you gonna ask them you don't trust the white man's medicine? When you can't breathe and they put that face mask on you and they start to shoot you up with injection after injection, do you question it at that point? And the answer is no, because all of the hospitals are filled with unvaccinated people who had all these issues with the vaccine, but yet they end up in the hospital. That doesn't make any sense. You should be dying at home because you don't trust the white man's medicine. Science, they're trying to kill you. They want to put nanobots in you. It's Bill Gates and every excuse in the book. How do you end up in the hospital then?
Let's end it right here. Let's end it right here. Let's go. We're going straight to the websites. I've done this to the pseudo's website, Ali Muhammad. Yep. Here you go. Electromagnetism support, really. Do you really think who amongst you believe that he actually has a product that will support electromagnetism? Do you really? At the price of, ladies and gentlemen, he's selling this product for $75.
Hey, yo, ain't it illegal to say you a doctor?
$75.
What's in it? What's in it? What's in it? What's in it?
That's going to support electromagnetic. Who cares what's in it? Let's
don't even know. He ain't got no ingredients list.
Water. It's water.
While we doing it, hey yo, when you come for the king, yo, you better kill him. So let's go right here. All right.
You best not miss.
Scientists, right here. Here you go. Y'all see that, right? Theory is based on, this is, I can't even pronounce his name, Dr. what?
Skvarkov.
Russian. Probably a German, right?
Yep, no.
Watch this. Watch how we do it. And he hit y'all with the cut and paste job. Theory is based on what? Deuterium, right? Watch this. A naturally occurring isotope, and you know you really get into it.
I put a link in the back chat explaining everything about this heavy water business.
Okay, so watch this. Or form of hydrogen that strengthens, right, bonds in between and around the body cells, making them less vulnerable to attack. Now watch this. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute, man. Where we at with the worm? Where's the worms at? I want to get you the worms.
Everybody subscribe to the page while he looking for that.
Yeah, control to the subscribe.
Like this joint. Hey, get that trick.
Yeah, I put a beautiful article about this in the back chat. In the chat.
No, 140,000 in the building. Get that trick or treatment, man. That's gonna help you a lot too. When trying to
get that trick or treatment, right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Here you go. So we get here, writes this. So this is what he found. He said he found that water enriched. Watch this. See, a pseudo always dies at its source. Yo, can we say that together, y'all? Can we say this together, man? Everybody. A pseudo always dies at his source. Watch he die at his own source and his own paper. So this is what the scientists found. He found that water enriched with deuterium, which is twice as heavy as normal hydrogen, extends the lifespan of what, y'all? Worm by 10%. And fruit flies, right? Fed with water of life lived up to 30% longer. Key thing here, worms, okay? Listen, and fruit flies.
No, man.
Okay, so
fruit fly live 10 days.
We're not finished here. ladies and gentlemen, we're not finished here.
10 days.
So at this point, you got to know that humans aren't fruit flies, right? Nor are we worms.
A goddamn
they only tested on fruit flies and worms. Sean, you want to add something to this before I keep going? Because we're having fun tonight.
A fruit fly lived 12, so that means a fruit fly that lived 12 days, its life was extended by 2 days, which is 30%, y'all. Understand that. On average, that happens normally at about the same rate.
So he actually copied and pasted, right? Well, let's come right here. It says deuterium and lifespans in flies. Am I saying it right? Yeah. Every few years, research on the effect of deuterium on lifespan in lower animals surfaces by the way of exposing them to heavy water, D20, rather than H2O. The presence of deuterium rather than hydrogen results in uptake in deuterium atoms into biological molecules. Subtly, and what's this? Slightly changing their behavior. Watch this. Too much of that and you'll fall over dead. And I think you're going to tell us about this, aren't you? Cedric.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Too much of that, you're going to be dead.
You're going to be dead.
Oh, man, let me finish. The mechanisms of life do not have a high tolerance for such tinkering. And heavy water, right, is what?
Heavily toxic.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, my bad. Effectively toxic.
Effectively toxic.
Okay. At lower levels, however, species such as flies, right? What's this? Nematodes live longer as a result of exposure to deuterium. A few articles and papers were published back in 2007, 2009, which together give a fair grounding as to where the science stands. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let me look y'all in y'all face here. Since we practice scientific literacy, we know there's a long stretch between a goddamn worm and a goddamn fly. But yet he's selling you water.
And it's used primarily as a diagnostic tool. They've discovered that you could actually make 3D images by means of light spectrum in cancer molecules and stuff like that. So it's used as a diagnostic tool, not as a health benefit. It allows us to see on molecular level what is happening to tissues and organisms, especially in cancer research. So to now translate this into it having a health benefit of flies, fruit flies, which live an average of 2 days longer, is ridiculous.
Who amongst you?
2 days. 2 days.
Who amongst you? Who amongst you? Who amongst you is going to do it? I know somebody's itching to buy it and purchase the nonsense.
Man, that shit toxic, yo.
Come on, man. And no, that's not the narrow, what's that, the marrow and electromagnetic support? No, we talking about that water, that nonsense he be throwing about there, right? That's what we talking about on this thing right here. So, I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, man, look, y'all gonna spend your money how y'all want to spend your money. You got books at $1,000 on here. Like who's really gonna buy a $1,000 book or a pamphlet from this guy? Who's really gonna do that? Who's doing that? Really? Nah, we ain't gonna, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to do that. Yeah, he got heavy price load on books. He got 48 copies of Age Enlightenment edition, Solar Craft Scroll, paperback print, $396. I wonder who he ripping, who he getting like that, yo? Think about that, man. 360, who? $300. That's the sale price too, y'all.
Wow.
Think I'm lying? I know y'all don't think I'm lying. That's a sale price, yo. $396, yo.
So the game wicked. It's a wicked world out there. Yo.
Watch this. While we at it. Let me just show it. Y'all think I'm lying, yo?
It's a wicked world out there, man.
Think I'm lying, yo? That's how they do it. Scamming you, yo. There you go. 12 copies. I wouldn't care how many copies you gave me. $114. Wholesale. 192 copies. The Age of Enlightenment. 1,100. So he give you copies. Oh man, yeah, y'all gonna see, man.
Make the demand higher so people feel like they about to miss out.
Print wholesale support donation. I guess he's gonna give you 384 copies. The Age of Enlightenment. Right.
1,728.
Yeah, 338. Yep. 12 copies. You got 1,000. Let's see.
Yo, is that a book for $1,728?
No. You get 3. It's right here.
3 copies.
Wholesale and support
$1,700 for 3 copies?
No, 384 copies. I know you see that, yo.
Okay.
You wholesale it.
Anyway, we're gonna get off that.
Yeah, my bad. I misread that whole shit.
We're gonna get off that. Hey, boy, how you doing? What's up, brother Nahisi? What's good, man? Pseudo Killer Official, man. I'm a Raw Squad, Master Clan Warrior, man. How you doing, bro?
All right, peace to the panel, Black African Power. Yeah, I'm just sitting back, just fools, man.
My. Wow. It's minding my business. So everybody talks about, well, Unc and Inky been beefing for years. No, I've never actually beefed with Inky. The reality is Inky doesn't like me doing what I'm doing right now. This is part of the program. I just pulled his name out of the hat. He just got slick and it made me pull his name out of the hat. We have dedicated researchers and I pulled his name. He did that. It's never been a beef. You know, they fight against science. I'm not the expert. Never said I was. I just simply promote scientific literacy and I use accurate information to present evidence. Simple as that, by the experts. They all get mad because it messes with their little money. So now they all getting money based off of coronavirus and putting people in a pit bull. See, this is how you know they don't care about you, because they're actually promoting coronavirus cures in the middle of a damn pandemic. This is what the charlatans do. All of them. Every last one of them. If they're selling you coronavirus cures, they're lying and they're scamming and they're not honorable. See, this is where the rubber meets the road at. This is why these guys stay mad at me. This is why the community stay mad at me, because they all want the silver bullet. They all want the quick cure off the herbs and spices because they want to be different from white people. Like ridiculous. Like it's a bunch of nonsense. Like the way you separate yourself from Europeans is culture. That's why we got the Masis and the Kofi Pasai research team and the Amaral squads. That's how you do. It's the culture, the way you live. The way you do your ritual, the way you do your greetings. This is how you separate yourself. But when it comes to science, science ain't no colors of science. It's not. Inky is ignorant. So let's get into where we at right now. How much time we got on here? This is something that Inky constantly does, right? I know Sean want to get in on this. He constantly misrepresents VAERS. He's been doing it from day one of the daggone pandemic. Here's the VAERS website, VAERS, Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. They all do it. For a detailed breakdown of it, go to the Science of Sean. It's right here. They all do it. They all, what you say?
I say we got a full episode breaking this all down. How you can access VAERS. Who can access VAERS? How many of the claims that in VAERS are unsubstantiated reports? They are missing autopsy, they're missing doctor files. Anyone can file a claim. Fact of the matter is, only about 6,000 plus. Now, Sean's going to give you the exact numbers, but about 6,000 of those claims have some validity to them. And those claims still need to be dissected. As it stands now, we have a couple of confirmed cases with J&J from the blood clots, and from AstraZeneca with the blood clots in England and in Australia. So if we have 100 confirmed cases, we have a lot directly relating to the vaccine. But we know all of those cases, and the blood clot situation has been taken care of. So to continue to use VAERS as an indication of the amount of people dying from the vaccine is utterly false. And to quote Wu Jiao, even if I give you 100,000, how does that add up to over 4.4 million dying from the vaccine, from the virus? These people are charlatans.
VAERS is a passive reporting system, meaning it relies on individuals to send in reports of their experience. So Mr. Stinky Inky can send a report to VAERS. Dr. Feelgood Valentine, Bobby Hemming, can send in a report. Anyone can submit a report to VAERS, including parents and patients and charlatans. Winos on the corner drinking Thunderbird can send a report. Everybody can send a report. No, they don't tell you this though. They act like it's some kind of scientific report and this many people died and that's what happened. No, they're tricking you. They're faking you out. Listen, disclaimer, VAERS accepts reports on adverse events and reactions that occur following vaccinations. Healthcare providers, vaccine manufacturers, and the public can submit reports. The public can, the anti-vaxxers can submit reports to the system, while very important monitoring vaccine safety. VAERS report alone cannot be, look, they witness against themselves. See, all them videos that Minister Stinky Inky them use, right? Look, they tell you what you can't use it for. And the anti-vaxxers, they all use for this. VAERS reports alone cannot be used to determine if a vaccine caused or contributed to an adverse event or illness. The report may contain information that is what? Incomplete, inaccurate, coincidental, or unreliable. They never tell you this. It says in a large part of reports to VAERS voluntarily. I'm gonna say this again. It say in large part, reports to VAERS are voluntary, which means they are subject to bias. Oh my goodness. This creates specific limitations on how the data can be used scientifically. Data from VAERS reports should always be interpreted with these limitations in mind. This is something they never tell you. They never read the disclaimer. Why? Because the pseudos always got their source. And if they was to show you this, it would discount everything they said prior to that.
Facts.
Well, so Sean, somebody want to add something to that? Kent, somebody. Because at this point, I'm about to drop the link. Sean, you want to add something?
Can you pull up the third CDC link?
The what?
If you're looking at the chat, I put 3 links. 1, 2, 3. The third one. Can you click on that one? I don't even need the first 2. Just the third one.
Okay, how I know what the third one is? What is it? Said to everyone.
They in order. They in order.
Okay.
It's just from the top, from the very top.
From the very top, I'm gonna
That's that how long is COVID?
CDC data.
The med.
Yeah.
That's the
It
first one.
says it says mortality. It says mortality overview.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I got the med one. How long exactly is COVID?
Okay, it says So the first three should have been all CDC.
Yes, I got the first three. Which one you want me to click? The first, second, third?
The third one, the third CDC. It should say something about mortality.
Yep, I got
at the very top. Top of it should say selected adverse events reported after COVID.
I see COVID-19 mortality overview, provisional death counts.
But no. When you pull the article up, does it say selected adverse events reported after COVID-19 vaccine?
No, it says provisional death.
Click on the other one because you got the mortality overview, which is fine. But click the next one.
I got you.
It should say selected. I'm doing this because I'm about to deal with what you basically just went over, and I'm gonna kill a claim in the chat. Two birds with one stone.
We're gonna drop the link. Hold on. I got United States COVID cases, death laboratory testing, NAAT by state territory. That one. Data tracker. Okay, not that one.
I see the one you talking about, Sean. It's the third one from the top.
All right, got you. Okay, we on it. Just clicked it.
Oh yeah.
Can you share that on the screen, please?
No, that's not the third one. Well, you share. Hey, Ken, you can do your share screen, right?
Yeah.
Third one from the top.
You said mortality overview, right? All right, let me.
Yeah, it says selected adverse events report COVID-19 vaccine updated August 23rd.
Oh, see that.
Okay.
No, I see
it's in there, but hold on.
It's in there. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just ain't got it. Somebody share that and share that screen. Then I'm gonna drop the link.
Wow, here, there you go again. You see it?
Provisional death
count. I just put it in the chat.
Yeah, the last one now in the link in the chat. Okay. The last link.
Provisional death count. Yeah, that's the one we've been
doing.
No,
I just put a new one in the chat.
Yeah, death count for coronavirus disease. 2019.
It says selected adverse events reported after COVID-19 vaccine. The link that I just put in there.
Where's some come get? I must have just went retarded because I don't see it.
No. I just put it in the chat. It's the last one. I just put in the chat at 10.
Provisional death counts for coronavirus disease 2019.
Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see.
Contents in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Look at the very last one.
That's the one, Sean.
That's the one, Sean. No matter how many times you say it, that's what it is.
That's the one. That's the one. I'm
okay. Okay, pull this link up right here. So I just put it back. I just put it in there.
All right.
That look like the same thing, though, Sean.
That's the same thing,
Sean.
It's gonna look like it until you hit it.
Wait.
You hit it, yo. It's the same.
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, so I see what it's doing for y'all. It's taking y'all to another screen. So it's telling you to go ahead and click on. Let me help you get to the right place. So click on access deaths.
Where? Left side, right side, middle, what?
Access at the top of the page where it says COVID-19 mortality overview, it says excess deaths associated with COVID.
Nope.
Under content.
Nope. Contents. I see COVID-19 overview. I see daily updates, tolls, week, state.
Go to the right. Go to the right. It says the second one is excess deaths associated with COVID-19.
All right. Thank you. God damn. What's wrong with you?
That's what I said.
Oh, yelling at me, man. All right, that's
now,
it.
When you click on that, could you please go to COVID-19 mortality overview?
Got you. Clicked it on. Bam. Okay.
Okay. Now, when you got the mortality, you got the mortality overview up.
Yeah, it took me right back to COVID-19 mortality overview.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. So I'm gonna give you a summarized version. Can you put that on the screen?
Yes, I will. Good boy, I tell you.
That provisional death count one?
Ain't that it? Ain't just it?
Received and coded by the
That's
National
fine.
Center for
That's
Health
fine.
Certificate.
Oh, no, that's the right one right there. I think what you got.
August 25th.
Yeah, no, I ain't see that one right there. That's what it is right there. I think what Sean talking about.
Let me get out of here.
Sean?
Yeah, that's fine. So I want you to scroll down for me real quick. Let me go back to the dude comment.
The weekly right here, the weekly summary COVID-19 death.
Yeah. So hold on. I'm trying to get back to the comment that RTG made. He said that Fauci lied about something, but he says people die from blood clots due to vaccine reaction. So real quick, okay? The deaths. Let's deal with the deaths. There's reported as of from December 14, 2020 to the 23rd of August, 2021, there's 6,968 reported deaths. All right, there were 363 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine administered in the US. 6,968 reported deaths to VAERS. Okay, now you talked about Johnson & Johnson RTG. Johnson & Johnson only reported, okay, for TTS. TTS is thrombosis and thrombocytopenia syndrome. This is the blood clotting situation. As of August 18th, they administered 14 million doses of the Janssen vaccine. That's Johnson & Johnson's name. The CDC and the FDA identified 44 confirmed reports of people who got Janssen & Janssen COVID vaccine and later developed TTS. Women younger than 50 years old, especially European women, especially should be aware of the rare but increased risk of the adverse events. Okay? To date, Moderna has had 2 confirmed cases of TTS out of 346 million doses of the Moderna vaccine administered. Janssen, okay, as far as deaths, they ain't got, you talking about these reported blood clot deaths? There ain't no whole bunch, there's no reported blood clot deaths. There was one that we know of specifically, and that was in that white lady. I think she was down south. So that would be inaccurate. Now, on your screen, because dude like to bring up the CDC, but he never gives the actual rate. So you just heard me say that VAERS reported 6,968 reports of death.
Okay.
On the screen that you're on, the total death count is 600,032 deaths. Right? That's what you have on your screen.
Well, 623, 985.
Yeah, but it's new. It's a new death total as of right now. They're updated.
Okay.
If you go to the United States COVID-19 case deaths in laboratory, the other one that says the NAATS, that one just updated. So you will see 632, 786.
All right. Well, I don't know how to get to it because you ain't telling me. But go ahead.
Well, it's on the other link. But okay, now, let me see where you at. I gotta click that. All right, so if you go down to
race Hispanic origin, how about that? You see that?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
there you go. Yeah, as of 8/25. Okay, that's fine. But you got non-Hispanic, white, Hispanic, and then black. Black people 94,000 deaths, Hispanic 113,000, and white people making up the majority of the deaths, 380,000. All right, then you got Asians 23,000. So that lets you know by these people races and origin what's going on there. But then below that you have the comorbidities, which means people with two diseases in their bodies. Okay, so it's crazy, but this is the deaths of those people. The people that died with influenza and pneumonia was 288,000, which is the biggest majority of them. People with high blood pressure in COVID-19 was 120,000. People with diabetes in COVID-19 was 98,000. People with Alzheimer's and dementia plus COVID-19 was 80,000. Sepsis in COVID-19 was 60,000. People kind of understand that. So the overall number was that the majority of people that were dying from influenza and pneumonia is right there.
It's in America, okay? Right? Correct?
Yes, all of this is related to America. We're not talking about nobody else. Okay, now if you go down and you will see the total excess deaths from February 1st, 2020 to 8/14, you'll see 698,000 deaths. And if you go back, if you click on the excess deaths, then it's just going to take you to another chart where they're showing more data. But that data is long, and then it gets into the complexity of the methods and how things are determined. And then it goes there. So he uses VAERS to make what argument again? What's his point of using VAERS?
He uses VAERS to show how many people actually died and vaccine injuries and all that. He does it over and over again, knowing damn well it has a disclaimer on it, say don't use it for that, but that's what they do.
Right. Okay. So my point is this, is that he can't bring, as you stated, he can't bring it up based on the disclaimer, but he also can't blame, he can't use it based on the data. How many of the vaccine deaths are there that he's reporting? Because right now we're in the middle of a pandemic and we're talking about COVID. So if he's saying there's 12,000 deaths, he's wrong, because VAERS is only reporting 6,968 deaths, but that doesn't prove that the deaths were caused by vaccines. But they're going to take that data anyway.
We got confirmed less than 50 cases.
Less than 50 cases of what?
Confirmed deaths from the vaccine. It was 44 from the blood clot.
Well, there was 44 blood clots, but those were not deaths. You had one confirmed death.
Okay.
You had 44 confirmed cases of TTS.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted you to highlight that point, that when we're talking about confirmed deaths, it's only a handful that is directly related to the vaccine.
Correct. They're going to tell us. They're going to tell us if something triggered a death. We have one death out of 44 people who develop blood clotting. You have one death. Now, let's see. Can you go to Google?
No, somebody else do it. I'm Googled out. What you want me to go Google? What's up?
All right, so
I go to Google. What's up, Concrete Corey? What it do? Show Kill Official. What it do?
The reason that I wanted you to go to Google is because I wanted you to pull up how many people actually develop blood clots and die each year.
Oh man, yeah, period, right? Hey, Truth, you got truth.
Yo, I'm in.
So, can you do that?
While you're doing that, I wanted you to do that because people need to understand the severity of blood clotting and how many blood clottings actually happen. There's up to 100,000 of these that happen every year, bro.
Ask me at Google what?
You had 44 in Johnson & Johnson. So let me see if this will take you to where you can go. True. If you looking in the chat.
CDC.
Yeah, I just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to click that link right there.
CDC impact of blood clots on
900,000 each year.
Yeah,
the precise number
as many as 100,000.
900,000 each year.
Well, the CDC said 100,000.
No, yeah, he's reading the first bullet point. He's talking about the precise number of affected by DVTPE is unknown, although as many as 900,000 people could be affected. 1 to 2 per 1,000 each year in the United States. Estimates suggest that 60 to 100,000 Americans die of DVTPE, also called venous thrombolysis. Yeah, that's what it's called. So when we're talking about vaccines, and then we compare it to reality, we see the difference. It's the same thing when people make claims about pregnancy, and they say, well, pregnant women lost babies, and they're saying because they got vaccinated. And then we go look at the real world numbers of how many natural abortions occur, and we see the natural abortion rate is higher than what the percentage-based rate was from the few women who reported to VAERS, which was very low. So then we start seeing a manipulation of data from anti-vaxxers trying to sustain a faulty argument. This is why we have to be careful. Now, why is this even a study of mine? Is because I'm sitting over here trying to learn about how the virus is affecting human beings, and I'm also looking at the benefits of the vaccine. I'm weighing the risk and the benefits. So I made it a point to spend over a year and some change, or however long we've been doing this, to learn the risk reward every day, and the data doesn't add up. You saying something?
Yeah, you was right. But look at this. Look, blood clots can be deadly. So look, watch this.
100,000 people die each year. Sudden death. 1 in 4 people who have PE die without warning.
That's why I wanted you to go there, because of 100,000 sudden death.
Yeah, so see, listen.
Ain't even related to vaccine, bro.
Sudden death. 1 out of 4 people die without warning. God damn, yo. PE, the leading cause of death in women during pregnancy, just after having a baby. Blood clots are the leading cause of death in people with cancer after cancer itself. Man, look, $10 billion. Blood clots cost our nation up to $10 billion each year. 15K to 20,000. Treatment can be, man. Look at here. My, oh my boy, we got him now. The data always tells the truth.
Sean.
Play with the blood clot thing. You talking about one person died from vaccines and a blood clot? And not to mention, that's the day.
You only had 44 confirmed cases. You had 44 confirmed cases. 42 was in Janssen. 44 was in Janssen. 2 was in Moderna. That's 46 cases.
6 cases.
You had one person die.
Yeah. Less than 50 cases, 1 person died. Compare that to the normal rate each year. 100,000, easy.
And 166 million doses administered.
There you go. And
no, Corey. No, Corey. No.
Sean.
Not no 100 and something.
How many people
in the United States?
100 million. Corey, no, hold on. We got to make sure, Corey, we on the same page. More than 363 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines was administered in the United States from December the 14th to August 23rd of 2021.
Wow. Well, yeah, everybody got that's the people. I think it's
right, because they got 2 doses.
Yeah,
they got 2 doses.
I see.
Yes,
yeah.
See? So we got to double up.
Yeah.
So we got to double up our math. We got to double up our math, Corey.
Was good,
guess what?
Sean, I got one question for you.
Go ahead, Sean.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's introduce the pseudo killer. Concrete Corey, what it do? Pseudo killer official, what's good?
Peace to the panel, peace to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm jumping on late, but I hear y'all spitting that real knowledge. So you know what I mean? I'm in here, you know. Y'all making sure the lie don't travel faster than the truth here. So you know what I mean? So
yeah, we got chatty patties that all they can think about is polite in his rape case. Right? That's all that's
this ain't the polite show. We don't make a living off the nigga. I seen the video. Somebody sent me a video where the nigga was like, "Oh yeah, everybody making money off this." That's the reason why I didn't want to really get into the motherfucking whole ordeal, because I don't want the pseudo killers looking like we trying to get a bag off the nigga, because we don't need no bag. We do this shit for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cube, man. That's why Cube, boy. Inside the cube, you're an asshole, bro. Like, I think the community is enunciated with all that.
But
what?
I was gonna say,
doing it again.
just to follow up on that though, like it's almost like people completely forget that we went in on polite many times before in the past. So
Yeah, how many times?
it's like
And we
like
talk
all those
about the
times
good
in the
shit.
past just like not matter. Like I know I've been kind of MIA, but I catch on really quick. You know, it's pretty obvious that Minister Inky has said some very slick things at the mouth about Unc. And if I recall, he did the same thing last year at the beginning-ish of the year, and we did a show on him. So I don't understand why today would be no different. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with people in the chat making recommendations for us to do topics on in the future, but demanding that we talk about what you want to talk about, I don't think that that is very conducive.
But this is the thing, CK. We actually did talk about it. The first day it happened, Chef and them was on here. I wasn't on here that day, but Chef and them was on here.
Talking about it,
and
like,
that's when
like,
they didn't even know. They didn't even know nothing about the semen. That's when somebody was on there telling them about the semen. Like, yeah, they found the semen on them. They had a whole conversation about it.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, if they got evidence, he's going to jail. So, like, what is there to say?
Q. Right, Q questioned me down like he was a fucking prosecutor.
The conversation that we should have though at some point in time is all the people that support it.
I'm not going back over that shit, man.
Yeah,
why not keep doing it? What point is that to keep doing that about that? I'd rather talk about the victims. I'd rather talk about I'd rather talk about the daggone the wives, the children. I'd rather have a conversation based around that. Y'all can go any channel y'all want to and go ahead and convict the man, right? And matter of fact, go get him. Go get him and string him up while you're at it. Don't talk me to death.
Who cares about you?
Hutch and none of y'all niggas running towards that nigga. I don't see none of y'all going to get him. Y'all just chatty patty in the chat room. See what I'm saying? Go get him then. If you really think he did it, y'all felt that way, why you standing back? Go get him. He ain't hard to find, dog. Don't play me, play Lotto. Want to hear that? Simple as that. Like that man got his day in court and he gonna get his just due and his just propers.
He gonna tell you to take a stance. How you gonna take a stand? You ain't got no evidence. That's unscientific to take a stand. You don't even know why you talking, bro.
Why we gotta take a stance on somebody that we don't associate with like that? Like, why do we need to take a stand on somebody we don't associate?
Don't take a stance with half the evidence, though.
Like,
Cedric.
Yeah, I mean, like this is the pseudo. We don't jump out the window.
And end the blood clot conversation with Sean. Sean, how many confirmed deaths from COVID was directly related to blood clots? Approximately.
One confirmed.
One
confirmed death in a female.
From COVID-19, the deaths. So now, when we looked at the amount of deaths and the pathways, blood clots was one of the major complications directly related to having been infected or during infection with COVID itself.
Okay, so you're asking me.
Man, hold on, man.
I want to make sure.
Let me throw Cube about it. Hey, Cube, yo, you out of there, yo. Just for me to ask you, yo. Take a break, bro.
Okay.
Take a break.
All right. So, okay. So you're asking me how many confirmed deaths from blood clotting only?
Well, no, what I'm trying to get, the point I'm trying to get across is.
No. I understand what you're saying. I just want to make sure that you're saying from the vaccines.
No.
How many confirmed cases?
No. We'd already established that. But what I'm trying to make the comparison with.
Okay. Oh, you want me to jump to COVID?
The vaccine. We go over the COVID and look at the amount of deaths that are directly related to blood clots. So now when you're talking about the vaccine and blood clots and deaths, let's look at COVID and blood clots and deaths. Let's play with some numbers over there.
Yeah. So I was talking about this earlier, okay?
Yes. That's why I asked you to bring it back.
All right. So all right, I had 2 studies that showed up. All right. And of all patients, 3.5 had COVID-19 diagnosed, 46% was men, 73% were American Society of what is that? Anesthesiologists. 1 or 2 or more mild and 16% smoke. Relative patients with COVID-19 and coronavirus were older, 28 to 21%. Can you hear me? Okay, so the risk of blood clotting was 90% higher with people with recent COVID-19. Okay. When we did this and we walked through this before, there was a higher case of people contracting blood clotting from COVID-19 than it has ever been accumulated regarding the vaccine. So the amount of people is crazy. So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I'm gonna show you this. The prospective cohort study conducted by the Global Surge COVID Surge Collaborative involved 128,000 adult patients undergoing surgery at 1,630 hospitals in 115 countries. That's widespread. COVID-19 diagnosis was defined as a perioperative between 7 days and 30 days after surgery, recent 1 to 6 weeks before surgery, previous 7 or more weeks after surgery, no past the current diagnosis. And that's where we go through the breakdown with all the people. Now, the problem with this is this. The rate of post-operative VTE, okay, was 666 of 123,000 patients without COVID-19, while it was 50 or 2,317, which is 2.2% in those with perioperative COVID-19, 15 of 953 or 1.6 in those with recent coronavirus infection, and 11 of 1,148, which is 1% in those with previous infection. After adjusting for confounding factors, patients with perioperative COVID had a 50% higher risk of VTE, while those with a recent case were at 90% increased risk. Those with previous infection had 70% higher odds of VTE, although this finding was on borderline statistical significance. Now, the overall post-operative death rate was 1.7% of the VTE, was strongly tied to 30-day mortality odds ratio of 5.4. The VTE had an independent link to the death within the first 30 days after surgery, pushing the risk of death during this time of the up to 5.4-fold. The COVID-19 without VTE carried a 7.4 risk of death, which would be 319 of 4,342, which rose to 40.8% of 31 over 76, more than 5 times higher than the VTE was involved. So when you start looking at 44 cases or 46 cases versus a full study, you have a real high number, like thousands of people die from COVID-19 blood clotting.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask a question real quick? How many times
you gonna speak first before you just dive out of nowhere, bro?
Thank you, Sean. That ends the discussion on blood clotting and the vaccine.
Hey, brother, you gotta be quiet because Sean gotta finish, bro. You gotta be quiet. Let him finish.
Man,
yo, what the hell going? Hold up, man.
Something wrong with Q, man. This nigga,
man, be quiet, yo.
He gonna tell a man to be quiet on his own show.
Bro, Sean wasn't finished. He was talking.
But that's so what?
Didn't you interrupt Sean first, though, Q?
Yeah, you interrupted him first.
Bro, hey, Sean, I apologize, bro.
Like, we just simply saying speak when you come on the panel, yo. You're a guest.
Bro, I apologize.
That nigga came in here like Queens flip.
They're like Queens.
Hey, brother, I apologize, but let Sean finish because he was speaking, and I don't want to speak in front of him, so I don't think you should be able to do it either.
Oh, what?
What are you talking about, yo? You dove in.
This nigga ill, yo.
Yeah,
this guy tripping.
You do realize that Cedric didn't interrupt Sean. He interjected to basically, I guess, back him up on what he was saying. Like,
yes,
because
that's crazy how we just spent 2 minutes talking about that, John.
Hold on, but why are we talking about? Hold on.
Control issues.
Why are we talking about the interjection? But why are we talking about the interjection and not letting Sean finish?
This is what we're gonna do. Hold on, this is what we're gonna do.
Let Sean finish.
Hold on for a minute. Hey Q.
I think he's finished.
You're not directing nothing over here, bro. I know you on the last half hour is when we let your crazy ass in. So we know what it is, Cube. You're drinking and you want to get started. You already know. We got all our information out now, and here comes Q. Can you introduce yourself to the audience, Q?
Well, I apologize. My name is Cube. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in half of the pseudo-atheist claims that you guys believe in. But I want to let Sean finish because he was mid-thought, and I apologize to my brother Sean. Go ahead, brother. You
claims we believe in. What the fuck is going on?
Yo, why can't we let the brother finish? He was mid-thought when I cut in. Go ahead, Sean. Finish up, please, bro.
What up, y'all?
How you doing?
Hey, Sean, real talk. Are you done? If not, then I'll intercede. All right, I guess he is done. All right. So, how many times have y'all niggas went in on Dr. Inky? I'm interested.
We ain't been on at all on this show on the pseudo killers.
Yo, we did. Last year around.
Whoa. Hold on. Corey is saying something and it sounds like it's pertinent. Go ahead, Corey.
What I'm saying is we had a discussion with the nigga last year.
Yeah, with vaccines.
About the vaccine. I had to cuss his ass out. You know what I'm saying? He was talking off the side of out of his face with the fake ass gold teeth in his mouth.
Was it on here?
Oh, okay, so
we went
Corey,
on there. We went on their show and did.
Yeah, we weren't even on their show, Cube. Slow down. It wasn't Cube. Slow down. It wasn't on this show though, Cube. Slow down. It was somewhere else. We had to cuss him out.
Oh, okay. So because it was somewhere else, that nullifies that you went in on the nigga. Okay, I get it. If that's what you guys are using, I get that.
I mean, we was on his show. We was on his show.
Did what I say earlier?
No, brother. Hey, brother, I heard you. No, brother, I heard you. That's why I said it doesn't count.
Figure out, like, what the fuck?
What was the point?
Saberho?
What was the point, though?
Hold on for a minute. Are you Captain Saberho or something, bro? What's your point?
If you call an Inky a hoe, then no, I'm not trying to save him at all.
All right, then. So what's your point then? First, you was wrong about the report that Truth brought up. You was just completely wrong. We didn't hear you apologize for that, bro. This motherfucker crazy, confusing the audience. You got Hutch in the chat, amen in your ass. You wrong as two left feet. Can we stop it off? Can we just knock it off? Come on.
What can I speak first before I can be considered wrong?
Okay, but you didn't with that though, one you Q. I thought, I know.
Brother, I thought this was the pseudo killers, is it not?
It's the pseudo killers.
Okay,
hey,
great.
Did you know? You know, like the first show we ever did, Q. You know the conscious community kicked us out of there, right? We was blocked off of Sidnet TV. We couldn't even make a comment in Sidnet TV.
Right. All
chat,
that was blocked.
All that.
Hey, listen, brother.
The first day we came out, we went at Polite about the 5G. We cussed his motherfucking ass out. Everything. We been did that. We been told y'all these niggas.
Flagging the chat.
Now tell us how we riding the nuts now. Go ahead.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay,
you
good.
tell us how we ride these nuts now. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad I have your attention. So you said
are you drinking, sir? I just want to make sure I know.
What the fuck, bro?
I just want to make sure. Are you sipping a little bit? I'm just asking. So I know who I'm dealing with.
Bro, listen.
Are you sipping?
I'm on Freddie right now. I'm good.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
But I'm good. It's after 9 o'clock. That's all you need.
Yeah,
come on, Friday, and it's Friday.
So hold on. Let me ask you, Hey, are you for sure that I've been drinking, or do you want to wait till the facts come out?
I'm positive you're drinking, yo.
Oh, really? And how do you know this, sir?
You do the same shit
after 9 o'clock on a Friday.
Okay.
It's in the jeans.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay. So in other words, in other words, you don't even need anything. You just go off the way I sound and say, yeah, that nigga.
No, you actually I know when you drink it and how you sound, you slur your shit up, nigga.
So how do you?
I used to be a straight drinker, nigga, so I know when another nigga drinking. Okay. I can look at a nigga and tell he's smoking, right? I can tell the way he talk and tell he's smoking. I can hear a nigga talk and tell he drinking. I know if you on syrup. I know if you on pills. I know if you mixing the shit. I know if you sniffing dope. Heron, nigga, I'm an expert at this shit. Don't play with me.
Damn. Yeah, you know what? That's so crazy that you have all of this intuition, but you can't look at a nigga and tell me. Bro, listen, you know
Not
all of this.
intuition is
Bro,
experience. So you're using the wrong word. But let's get back on track.
Hold on. You
What
know
hold
was
on,
the
say
relevant
we need let's say
Women got
we need
experience
let's
with
say
Bro, listen,
to
hey,
say
listen,
hold
that
on,
you
I'm
but we
don't
trying.
need
have
let's say
experience.
speak
Bro,
yet.
I'm trying. Hold on, he was talking. Bro, he was talking to me, brother. I'm just trying to respond. Is all.
Yeah, well, you got 1 minute left, yo. Go ahead, Q.
Okay.
You got 1 minute.
Listen, he can do
30
all
seconds.
of this, but he can't tell if a nigga done touched the baby or not. Don't y'all find that like a bit weird? That
So,
he
Yeah,
can't
one he
do.
got
hold on,
experience
Whoa,
with, and the other one he
Oh,
don't
that's
have
what
experience
Wait,
with.
that's
what
what he
the
wanted
what
to
the
get
problem
to.
is.
Okay.
Bro, what is
Now
going
he
on?
says what he
Bro,
wants
hold
to
on,
say.
man. Hey, listen. Hey,
Hey,
something is
Q,
weird.
hold
You
on.
got
Hey,
the
Q,
police
we're not
report,
gonna
yo?
do Q, we're not gonna get weird.
Yo, something
Hold
is
on.
weird
My
right
estimate,
now.
excuse me. My estimate.
Hold
Yo,
on.
this dude, yo, he just
Hey,
accused me
Q,
of drinking, being a drunk,
Q.
and all of this
Hold
crazy
on.
Yeah,
shit.
and
Hey,
when
I'm
you
gonna
But
say
say,
it's
some
Q.
nonsense like that,
The
you sound
evidence,
like a
though,
drunk.
sir.
Let me mute Q out. Let me mute Q out. So no, Q. No. Based off of what I know, Polite does not have a track record of touching children. Simple as that. You, on the other hand, have a track record of drinking while trying to do stuff. So there you go, Q.
He boomerang diagram. God damn.
There you go, Q.
Hey, can I respond to that real quick?
No,
Hold
come
on,
on,
let me
Q.
say something real quick.
Yo, hold on. Wait.
Let me
What's
say
going
something
on
real
here,
quick.
though?
Look, we're moving to the next
Go
person.
ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. I see what's going on. It's the same
No,
thing
Ken
with
wanted
Envy.
to
You
talk.
don't
Q, we're
nobody.
not letting you overtake the show. Go ahead, Corey.
Now, Ken wanted to say something though, but I just wanted to say, like, he clearly explained how he had experience with one of those situations, right? And the other situation he don't have experience with. So why would he be able to intuit something that he don't have experience with?
Yeah, like that makes no sense.
My thing is, we a scientific platform, right? We need some type of material to actually analyze. We can't just go off of what people saying. Somebody bring us a damn statement or
So
something.
what did you analyze to say that I was
Cut
drunk?
the nigga
What was the
off,
scientific
yo.
method?
No, this is not.
Did you bring
We're not doing it, yo. We're not doing this. Hey, Q, we're
Listen,
not doing this.
and furthermore,
Q,
and furthermore,
you're putting your ass
you
in
asking a question that you should be answering for yourself. Why would I dig into somebody's life or be involved with somebody's life that as a pseudo killer I have already denounced? So
Right.
I don't follow. I'm not interested. It's only when the dude pops up, I shake my head and I listen to the Brooklyn shuffle and the magic he used with his words and whatever, and I keep it moving. It is not a subject matter that we're interested in to the point that we are involved with somebody's life, that this didn't come from left field. Like, why? Like, how would I know that? This is not somebody, look, we live all over the country. This is not somebody you see on our Instagrams. Like, we ain't no celebrities, we ain't no superstars. It's somebody that when his name is brought up, it's in the range and in the concept of being a pseudo. So now if we dealing with information, why would we even be discussing things like scientific literacy? Has nothing to do with polygamy, has nothing to do with pretty cars, has nothing to do with a man's lifestyle. It's not something the pseudo killers engage in. So don't ask nobody here, or we are conscious of somebody's deviant sexual behavior. We're a group of men here and a beautiful lady that don't engage in these levels of conversation. We are not parasites who live off of people. Don't bring it here.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely, Mr. Sabian.
All right. I just wanted to say this. I appreciate the information y'all just brought out on the
We can't hear you, Sabian.
You gotta speak onto the mic.
You done fell into
You gotta get up on the mic.
You done fell into a blunt.
Oh, my bad.
Like you fell back on the bed or something.
And you gotta, hey, Sabio, everybody always gotta acknowledge the elder Cedric when they come on the panel.
Oh, what up,
I'm on
Cedric? What up, Cedric? I didn't even see you on.
Peace, my brother. I'm an elder. I'm 48 years old. I'm an elder. Yeah, they call me OG back in the hood.
You gotta acknowledge the elder said.
Definitely, man.
But the thing I really wanted to say was, I seen a video, and it ain't even gonna be about that polite shit because I don't even want to talk about it. But I seen a video the other day, and it was on Iceland and their coronavirus and how they basically are at 90% vaccinated, and they really haven't had any deaths since May. Have anybody saw that? Have anybody else saw that?
No, that's pretty interesting. You got some literature on that?
I got the video.
The Taliban?
It was on YouTube. It was on the news earlier this morning.
Yeah, I saw a post about that. Yes, why the Taliban hasn't had corona. There's no corona infection amongst the Taliban. No mask.
No, I said
But hold up, how would we know? They have terrible reporting up there.
Yeah, so
their medical, facilities aren't exactly stellar.
Yeah, and which vaccine would they be using? Because if I look at the infrastructure to store the Pfizer or the Moderna, it requires
it's kind of hot up
very
there.
expensive refrigeration. So to assume that
I said Iceland.
Oh, Iceland. Sorry. Oh, my bad.
I thought ISIS.
Yeah, I thought ISIS.
Yeah, I said Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all said
I heard that. I have heard that though, Sabio. They're killing the United States, man.
They're killing the United States in the
they're doing very well.
Hold on, I'm confused. What y'all saying now? What happened?
Iceland.
I said that Iceland is beating the coronavirus through the vaccination.
Yeah.
But
they are
what they got like
vaccinated.
90%. I think it's 90% of them is vaccinated or something.
Yep, 90%.
They're super progressive.
They are the ones that have been tracking all the genomes because of their small population. They have been sequencing every single positive case. So they got the most complete genome of the variations in the virus. They have been very scientific in their approach from government with dealing with the coronavirus. They are one of the example countries on how a scientifically literate political system is compared to what's going on, for example, in the US, where you got politicians who are completely unscientific and making decisions about policy without any scientific background and support. Now, Iceland, they do it just the opposite. It's the scientists that dictate how the virus and how the pandemic is handled. That's a big difference.
Yeah, that's what they were saying on Young Turks when I watched the video. They were saying basically America needs to adopt some of Iceland's policies.
Yeah, but from the beginning of the pandemic, I was following the Taiwanese model, which was they was very strict on their tracking and tracing. They were employing all modern technology to keep the coronavirus under control. But that allowed them to keep schools open, businesses open. They had a high level of mass compliancy because, again, the population trusts the government. So they had things like taxis dedicated to coronavirus infected people that would take them from the station where they got tested straight back to their homes. As soon as they got home, their telephone would register that they need to be quarantined for the next 14 days. Supplies would be brought to their homes, and they had a surveillance system that as soon as you left your home, as soon as you got within 100 meters of your home, you would get a warning that you need to return to your residence ASAP to remain in quarantine. So they did not institute a military style quarantine, but they had a high level of cooperation from their citizens. So they didn't engage in lockdowns and shutdowns. These things were primarily political, based on the US and the Western world adopting Chinese communist systems. Now, Taiwan, which is anti-China, was showing China, no, We're not going to employ the shutdowns and lockdown methods. We're going to employ a sophisticated tracking and tracing system, a lot of testing, and we're going to remain an open society. And they were rather successful. What they did, though, was close their borders. So they didn't allow, because Taiwan is a hub between Singapore, China, and Thailand. So they closed their borders. And anytime they opened the borders was when the cases went up. But I haven't been studying what's going on with mitigation systems since the onset of the vaccine, because a logical mind would tell you a preventive measure outweighs any mitigation plan that you can put in place at any time. So I haven't been following recently, but early on in the pandemic, these were some fundamental differences: political decisions versus scientific-based decisions.
So, because somebody just said something I think we're all pretty much aware of, but think about if the people of Iceland did not adhere to the science, to the scientists, and they did not mask up and take this serious. They're only 350,000 or something like that, right? Now imagine if they would not have taken this serious, how devastating it would have been to Iceland.
We got those situations happening right now in the Caribbean. Look up Guadeloupe and Martinique, French territories. The hospitals are being overrun to the point that people are being flown 8 hours to France. They don't want to wear masks. They are anti-vaccines. They are anti-mandatory vaccines. They've been protesting in the streets for weeks by the thousands, and the hospital situation is crazy.
Overrun.
Overrun. People are being flown out. Mind you, it's an 8-hour flight to France. Air pressure with lung situation. You know how much that is costing the French state? And people just refuse to get vaccinated. And we are small Caribbean islands that can be vaccinated within a week. On my island, if there's a 200,000 people, then there's 100,000 too much. We could have been vaccinated in a week. We're not even at 50%. And why? The pseudo information, the Dr. Sebi followers, the boost your immune system crew, and the local bush doctors and drink your herbs, and people are dying. The Delta variant has taken the lives of 12 people in less than a month on this small island. From all the cases, from over 400 registered cases, one vaccinated person required hospitalization. So local numbers, that's about 0.03% of the vaccinated, of the people, of the total amount of infected people ended up in the hospital was vaccinated.
And you know, it's crazy because I think I heard last week or something like that, like 17,000 people in Florida was infected with the coronavirus in a week.
Yeah.
In one state? Like, what is going on? Like, are we really, are people really that afraid, or is it just the misinformation? Is it the political ties and the loyalties that you have to certain?
Did you listen to the show that I talked about earlier today?
Say what?
Did you listen to the show I did earlier today, Sabio?
Yes, I listened to it. I listened to some of it.
All right. What was the one thing that I said that lady said in the video? What she say? She told you what it was.
Yeah, that it was made too fast, right?
No. She said, if you don't remember, she mentioned the Tuskegee experiment and trusting who? Government. The government. This is a stance against the government. This is not driven by science. This is a stance against the government. Rejecting science at the expense of the government seems like I said, a privilege. Remember, it's their choice. They're being told they need to get vaccinated, so they're fighting against the status quo because they don't want their privilege taken away from them. They don't want companies to mandate vaccines because they want to make the choice for themselves. Regardless if the choice is the right choice to make, they don't want it. They don't want to wear a mask. They don't want you making gun laws. They don't want you having black people progress in this country. There's a lot of things they don't want. They want to preserve their rights to decide to do what they want to do when they want to do it. The hell with the virus. I'd rather get sick. If I die, so be it. It's a man on his deathbed right now that says he refuses to get the vaccine still, and he's on an ECMO machine. So who cares? At this point, you have people that are going to adhere to science based on the information. You have other ones that's going to wait until a real life experience puts them in a position to where they say, I need to get this vaccine. And then you have the people who are about to die to say, I wish I just would have took the vaccine. Can I still get it to save my life? No, it's too freaking late. The monoclonal antibody treatments are not working. Some of them are not working and not preventing death. You're on your last leg. And now you want to say, just get the vaccine. No, you should have just got it. You thought that you were invincible. You thought that because everybody else got sick and was getting over it, that was going to be fine. You misrepresented the data, and people are still doing it in the chat. They're talking about, well, 90-some% of the people recovered. You cannot compare the mortality rate to the you can't compare the two. The survival rate can't be compared to the mortality rate. You have to take mortality and compare it to mortality. And then you got to take the survival rate. You have to take the survival rate, and then you have to do it with the recovered rate. You don't even know the recovered number. Yeah, it says 38 million people had it and recovered, but how many of them recovered and developed symptoms? And how many of them recovered and didn't develop symptoms? Most of the people that recovered from it, that sat home for 14 days, don't even know they have an underlying health issue now.
Can I
because they don't
right here,
recognize it in their body.
Can I interject right here, Sean? Right here today. A friend of my mom, close friend of my mom, he has underlying condition, heart condition, kidney condition. Warning him for months, get vaccinated. I'm gonna tear up right now. Get vaccinated, Fish. Fish, get vaccinated. Fish gets COVID. Fish thinks he recovered. Fish dies tonight of a heart attack. Today, from complications after COVID. My sister, vaccinated, her husband, unvaccinated, brings Delta home to her in her bed. She gets some symptoms, rather light. She's okay. She has a cough for a couple of days. She recuperates. She does a test. Her IgG is positive. Her IgM is negative. Couple days later, she's in the hospital emergency room, blood clotting on the lung. Post-COVID. So they can miss me with the stories. We got evidence. Don't talk about recovery. They count as recovered COVID patients, subsequently dying from complications related directly to having been infected with COVID. Now, my sister, she works in the lab. She's a phlebotomist. So she figured out pretty quickly, hey, something's going on. So she got to the ER and she's fine. They can deal with blood clots rather easy, especially in the early stage. But Fish is dead tonight. Most likely from a blood clot to the heart. So, yeah, COVID is real, folks. Getting COVID, you run the risk of dying. like it is real. There's no other way to explain it. The numbers speak for themselves. Recovery, you're looking at how many people recover. How many of those recovered people suffer from long COVID? Year later, still can't breathe, still can't walk up the stairs. Like these arguments, like how many times have we been over this? How many times? How many more people need to die?
Well, the United States is up to 600 and some odd thousand deaths, COVID deaths.
Over 4.5 million worldwide.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating. Pretty devastating, man.
At this point, preventable disease. That's the hardest part to deal with. Preventable disease.
You know what we might want to do at this point in time? Because we done put out plenty of information about COVID-19 and the vaccines, right? How about we have some of the people come on and bring their conspiracy theories? Because the conspiracy theories don't even make sense. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So I'm thinking once we just talk conspiracy theories through, maybe people will realize like, oh shit, yeah, that shit don't make no sense at all.
Onyx.
No, that's what we thought. That's what I thought in the beginning. That's how I started out doing this. Truth. I thought that we could have a discussion, and when we have a discussion, it would deter some of those thoughts, you know. But
when you're dealing with belief, no amount of information, no amount of sources. I source up, like I can counter every argument now so easy. I've done it so many times. I just hit the first two words and the articles pop right back on me in Google. But they double down.
Yep,
They
and then
double
they
down.
You CNN, tell you stop watching CNN and shit.
Yeah. Now I'm pseudo. This is fake. I'm being paid by Pfizer. I've been contracted by the government to push the vaccine. I'm doing the devil's work. At this point, there are those people that are still on the fence, and us bringing out the real information unclouded has a much more profound effect than to be entertaining conspiracy. I don't want to hear Bill Gates at this point anymore. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
No,
the vaccine's going to change your DNA. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
So let me. I'm trying to figure out, man. That's funny. I thought you was crying. Your man be crying.
No, man. I'm kidding. I'm good.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Let me look back in the chat. Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the peanut gallery real quick. Donnie Williams is a funny guy, man. Funny guy. You was asking me a question, Donnie Williams. What the hell was you asking me, though? What the hell was he asking me? Probably something stupid. What exactly was you asking me? Trying to figure out what was you asking me. So, real fast. People often, well, why'd you name the Amon-Ra Squad the Amon-Ra Squad and don't practice the Amon-Ra Squad an Egyptian religion? Like, I didn't know that was the precursor, yo. I know why I named it, right? Amon-Ra, it's coming together. You know, like Amon-Ra is actually a political stance of coming together, two nations up in Lower Egypt. But I didn't know I had to practice an Egyptian religion. As a matter of fact, I didn't know anybody had to practice an Egyptian religion. You know, you got people named Enki, they don't practice a Sumerian religion, do they? Interesting how we just, you know, when your enemies get old, man, you can tell they're getting old because they're not sharp at all. Not to say they was ever sharp. Never was that. Never that. Never was sharp in the first place. But we need to really get out to space, man. We got a lot of professionals on the team that's dedicated. We got advocates that's dedicated to bringing scientific literacy. At this point, we're actually winning. We're just winning right now. We have accurate information. Me and Sean has sat on panels with doctors. We've, Truth has made it so that we could be in partnership with the University of Maryland Biology Department. We're gonna have somebody else come through again. Like, we're really winning right here. We're gonna bring some more scientists on. You're gonna see the show change, man. Like, we can't keep standing in a space that just don't respect the real information. Like, this whole thing right here is really, we're really pseudo-proofing the communities, period. We're pseudo-proofing them. And we're actually identifying charlatans and scammers. We're doing that. We're actually protecting vulnerable people from their own mind and the way they think, because we talk about the believing brain. We talk about topics like that. Evolutionary psychology is an excellent field study. So we doing our thing, man. We might not have 100,000 people. We might not be joining in on the polite frenzy for what? Don't y'all get enough of that all day long? New theories, he did this, it was that. Like, don't get tired of that. Okay, boy, we gonna get Unc, we gonna bang on Unc. Yeah, as soon as you bang on Unc, I bring up 2-3 things and you're dead immediately. You should just leave me alone. We just want to do what we do here, right? Y'all keep making the pseudo claims on vaccines, pseudo claims on spirituality, pseudo claims on crystal, all that. Keep doing it, right? Freedom of speech, man. But over here, man, we're looking for something greater. Dr. Oyama, man, she got a scientific literacy program in effect. With young Black sisters, man, the first of its kind, man, and I'm proud of her, man. So here's something for you if you don't recognize a charlatan or an online cult leader. Yes, that's what we're calling them. We're calling them online cult leaders now. They have these large audiences based off of misinformation because African Americans are vulnerable. Human beings in general are vulnerable based off of their brain and the way their brains think. You're very, very vulnerable. You're very, very superstitious. What we do around here, right, could be considered unnatural. It's more natural to believe than it is not to believe. A baby, a kid coming into the world will invent a God without you telling them. Most kids, half of kids actually have play friends. Right there, that mechanism right there is working.
Imaginary friends, yeah.
That's based off of believing brain. That's one notch over to God.
In reality, the human brain wasn't designed to think. We're the anomalies. We engage in thought. The human brain is the most passive organ in the body. It is designed to react and be comfortable in its circumstances. The believing brain.
Keep trying to tell you, and I'm trying to figure out, so we've always identified the cult leaders. Like, this whole platform is dedicated to pseudoisms and the lies and the way that the center of what they're talking about is a lie. And around it, they build their audience. So at the very core, what they do is the lie, is the deviant behavior of lying to vulnerable people. How long do I gotta say it? I've said it for the last 10 years. What do you want me to do?
Tell them again what the vaccine to that is, on.
Man, scientific literacy is a vaccine to protect you against the charlatans that come amongst you. We've been giving you all the keys. What do you want me to do? I've already identified everybody. I got to keep doing it. I only get them when they keep saying my name too much. And now that's even becoming boring. Because now they lie and make up stuff. I showed them my daggone I4D. What are we talking about here, man? Come on. I'm having fun talking to college students while they go through their engineering programs. I'm enjoying that mode of conversation. So, look, man, I want to get us out of the foolery, man. You know how many hours it takes for all of us to study and put together good information, man? You know how many hours it takes for Concrete Corey to do what he do, man? Like, come on, man. Like, that's not.
That's astrophysics, yo. That's astrophysics. When Concrete Corey start to go in, I mute my mic, put my hand under my chin, and listen. In school, we don't play around here. We don't play around here.
Concrete Corey.
Go ahead. Huh?
I think my son got a question for you.
Go ahead. I'm all for it.
Hold on. Come here, Onyx. Real quick.
Hey man, hey everybody, subscribe to the channel if you ain't done so already. Another reminder. You know what I mean?
Share the link, share the link, share the link. Get to some subscribers up. The vaccine against the charlatans, scientific literacy.
All right, we at
methodology.
I'm up here.
All right, go ahead, Onyx.
Could you go outside the universe?
Not as of right now, at least I don't see the possibility of going outside the universe. Although I do like the multiverse theory. That's one of my favorite theories is the multiverse theory. So in my belief, I do believe that it is other universes, but I don't think it's physically possible to connect with those other universes because of the simple fact that physics, the laws of physics are one way in this universe. That's what makes this universe this universe. So, and in another universe, the laws of physics or the way nature, when I'm saying the laws of physics, it's just the way nature works, right? And nature may work in a different way. So we may not be able to access those dimensions of reality, should I say.
Yeah. Our reality is based on our time and space. So our local universe. Anything outside of that, we wouldn't be able to quantify per se as our reality. So then it begs the question whether we can observe other realities or exist in them. What an interesting question, though.
That is a very interesting question. It's a question that I've asked a number of times too, and yeah, that's the best answer that I can come up with that answer with that question.
One of the quotes that Amun-Ra uses, he says, if God exists outside of time and space, means God exists outside of reality. That means in reality, God doesn't exist.
That's fun.
Fire right there.
Yeah, that was fire. So Donnie Williams, what are you talking about? The question is, why did you front in the combine? What is that? What is that?
Hey, new Heru or something. You got mute.
Yeah, I don't know how you doing, man. What is the carnival? What is he talking about? Why did I front in the carnival? Donnie Williams, what the hell are you talking about, man?
I think Donnie phrasing the question correctly.
Huh? What is he saying?
I don't know what he's saying. He's not phrasing the question correctly as I stated.
I think he's referring to the discussion we were having with Uchao and we were trying to get.
That don't even matter. It's irrelevant. We ain't even talking about this, so it don't even matter.
That's a irrelevant question.
I'm just curious, like, what is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about?
That's from an old show. That's completely irrelevant.
Nobody knows.
He was just asking.
We gonna need Chef and Wujao
I
up
just
in
think
there
that he
to
was
have
just
that
asking
discussion.
a question in general to you while you was in the chat.
Yeah,
But
he
that's
was stuck
irrelevant to the
No, he
discussion.
said, why front in the carnival? What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah,
There's no, that's what I do you listen? I'm trying to tell you
What are you trying
that
to
what he says
what?
does not make sense. So therefore you can't answer it because he's not asking the correct question. I said that.
Yeah,
I think I said that he's not asking the correct question.
Damn, Don.
Because you can't front on the car in the bar that has no merit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he keeps saying it too. Okay, man. You just a peanut gallery nut. Okay, I got you. Man.
No. I said that he's asking the question incorrectly.
How would you ask that question?
Right.
Correctly.
I don't even know what he's saying. We can't think for
So
him.
you fronting on the car in the bar, something like that. You playing with him or something?
I don't even know, man.
It's yeah.
Irrelevant, bro. People ain't gotta subscribe to the notion of the kind of bar, and the explanations can be from different people. Have different explanations. People, you know what I mean? You get interpretations that you have to iron out in order to understand kind of bar and a lot of the stuff. So I don't know. He says it. You don't know what he's saying until he says it. So if he joins the chat and he says it, then we may know. But if he's typing it, we're never going to know because we don't understand in what context he's referring to, and it doesn't have merit in a discussion when we're talking about.
Who was Thomas L. Coleman? Said,
I don't care who it was.
Let me read it though. It say, an undercover federal operative, Unc. Well, if teaching scientific literacy, if giving people medical-based science that clearly comes out of Africa, if giving high-level West African science, if that makes me a federal agent, bro, then that makes you an asshole then. Because let's really flip it around. If you bring to the community misinformation and disinformation produced by evil, crazy white people and make it palatable for your community, like the whole Arab game is really the white people game. It's not the African game. West Africans clearly showed you that they were no longer willing to use herbs against viruses. And they showed you that by bringing up a medical procedure called inoculation. So there was a group of individuals who used techniques that clearly show that these brothers and sisters in West Africa and Ethiopia and the Sahel, that they recognized that herbs were limited in such cases, and they use what I call fight the pathogen with the pathogen. So if that makes me a federal agent, then that clearly makes you a thief and a murderer amongst Black people. That's the answer to that question. And if you listen to Inky and them selling you crazy herbs for $300 and fake water that you use on worms to extend the worm life for 10 seconds, if you think that makes sense to you, then this is the wrong place for you. That's all I want to say.
Hey, what kind of federal agent has a show like ours? Like, we ain't got the Nikon P1000 cameras and the motherfucking background, the editing team and everything. You know what I mean? Like, what is the federal government? Would they be benefiting off of our show?
It's great.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't even reach. We only got 1,000 subscribers.
It's not the misinformation they say y'all putting out, it's the information. And they say because y'all putting out good information, y'all work for the government.
Yeah. Which makes sense because we're not.
It's a retarded argument, but
we're
that's
not
the
putting
argument.
out the pseudo information. We ain't selling nobody no crystals. We ain't about to make you drink no berries. We ain't selling you no sea moss. We ain't giving you heavy water. We ain't monetized. Nobody here asks for $1. I don't even know what a Cash App is. So like yeah. So
Yes,
we
sir.
must be, so the government must be breaking us off something. Hey, we a federal agent. Now, can't like Ang said, opposite to that is scammers. 5G gives you the virus. Take this bush and drink this herb.
Paint your kids room in lead. Don't forget that one. That was the great one.
Yeah. And the government trying to put nano chips in you. On the other side, there's that.
Can I use ivermectin?
Ivermectin. The
The
dewormer
horse
for
dewormer.
goats, the dewormer for horse, goats, and sheep.
They eating horse dewormer, man. Is that crazy or what, dude?
That's
Man,
beyond
y'all
crazy.
man, they not listening to those conspiracy theories no more, man. The new conspiracy theory is now the anti-vaxxers have to wear masks because the vaccinated people are giving off COVID.
Yeah, because
Like,
because now the
conspiracy don't went full
vaccine
360
is
on us
shedding
within a
virus.
year, man.
Yeah, the vaccine is shedding the virus. We're shedding vaccine. So you need to protect yourself against those vaccinated people, because what is happening now, they're shedding vaccine. They're shedding vaccine, and the fact that they're shedding vaccine is causing the virus to further mutate. So it's the vaccinated people are the perpetuators of this virus. So and you see they are part of the government complot, because the vaccinated people are causing the virus to mutate. They are spreading vaccine, and it's unvaccinated people that are getting sick and ending up in the hospital. It's a conspiracy.
Oh shit.
Man, that's cold right there.
Hey, we got
that's a cold game.
Some guests on the panel. B. Lou, what's on your mind, bro?
Peace, bro.
Yeah,
Blue? Man. I appreciate y'all, man. I was just listening, man. I always try to catch some of the knowledge y'all boys be dropping, man. Y'all fellas be dropping some jewels. I had a crazy experience with a coworker today, and man, I dropped some of the messages that I received via text message in the chat. It was just straight conspiracy theorists, man. And this a white dude too, so I mean, it's like, it's just crazy, man.
So you see how the white people, the information, all that pseudo information is in the white communities. So the same pseudo information that the black community is spewing is the same pseudo information that the white people is spewing.
It's ridiculous, brother. It's the same thing. I'm gonna share like real quick. I'm gonna share like one little piece of the conversation or whatnot. I said, the brother, the white dude, he told me, I said, I don't really put that much energy into stuff like that. His thing was, well, why don't you, basically he knows better than the best scientists in the world. So I was like, well, listen, I don't really put that much energy into stuff like that. I see a global pandemic and I'm responding. I don't have the resources to make up the educational gap between myself and the best doctors and scientists in the world in the middle of a pandemic. And I like that. And I said that to him. He said, trust yourself more than you do. If you find a situation where the doctor is telling you something you find hard to swallow, I trust your gut and not just give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, what kind of what the hell does that mean? Like, that's ridiculous, bro. Like,
that don't make no sense.
I said, you trust someone with no experience whatsoever over a consensus of people.
Flip a coin. So flip a coin.
Right. Over consensus of people who leads the field worldwide because you feel they're wrong. Salute to you, my man. That's what I told him.
I bet he probably, you know what you should have asked him? You should have said, have you ever took your kids to an amusement park or to a theme park? It's like, man, like you trusting that those engineers, right? The people who engineered those roller coasters, right, was able, because you don't know about inertia and physics and all of this, G forces and all, like, I'm sure he don't know. He didn't figure all of that out and look at every screw and bolt and inspect the roller coaster before he put his kids on there. You know what I mean?
What's
Like,
crazy, brother? What's crazy, brother, is we're engineers.
Oh wow! Oh,
Y'all have to
Wow.
use
well, he
science
made
and
me
math.
happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe you stood
All you
corrected.
can do for dude
Talk
is
to the
just give
woman.
him the facts, man. Like, or poke holes in his claims when he
I
starts
mean,
listing certain people, start looking them up.
the
Like,
claims
who?
were so
Dr.
ridiculous,
Who?
though.
Bashir what? Let's look him up real quick. Who this is? Who this be?
He came with
He was
came with some.
discredited. Oh, he got his license took. You sure you want to listen to this person?
Yeah, but you know, he don't have specifics. Like it's never a concrete. In my experience, it's never a concrete defense or something again for their claims. It's like he just came with some. He said we'd all like to think that a doctor's only motivation is to heal the sick, but it isn't. Most hospitals are run like corporations. There are very few private doctors left. 95%, which he probably made that stat up. I didn't even check. 95% of doctors are under one of a few medical groups. For example, St. Vincent's is under Ascension, and Brookwood is under Tenet. These groups have a board of supervisors. I don't know, man. These boys are not the experienced, knowledgeable group you've got in your mind. They make decisions based on more things than a patient's health, mostly money, instead of sitting around mulling about the. I mean, it's crazy. Instead, the CDC.
So the thing about that is it be snippets how they get a person like him, because he sound pretty intelligent, and so there are snippets of truths in those statements that he said. You see what I'm saying? But they're all out of context. You know what I mean? So when you can, I'm sure you can look up and find data about how, you know, the doctors are a part of these different groups, and you know, whatever, you know what I mean? And is with that, right? With big pharma, it's definitely issues with that, but they convolute, you know, those issues with a global pandemic. You know what I'm saying? With it's they don't understand that this is a worldwide effort to get this vaccine, you know what I'm saying, for the vaccine to work, and so they just actually what they doing is just they mixing things up, and is giving them an argument, you know what I'm saying. If people actually were to look at some of the data, you know, they may find snippets of truth in some of what he's saying, but like I said, he taking it out of context, you know what I'm saying. And that's it's a good tactic to do disinformation that way, because you can really get at somebody who has some level of intelligence. You know what I mean?
But this is the thing, though. He actually believes it. It's like, you know, I don't even think he was like shrouding. He was shrouding the truth,
because it is believable. It is believable.
Right.
So what happens is there are associations. 95% of these doctors are affiliated to these associations. These associations get some funding, or partially funded, or major funded by these pharmaceutical companies. So you see, so that's why you can't trust these doctors, because they're directly linked to the pharmaceutical companies. So there's no way they're going to be honest when they're talking about the vaccine, because they're all getting kickbacks. You see, because but they're taking things out of context. So it is true. So they frame that information in such a way as to validate their position over here. It's like people saying, you know, you can get drowned in water. You can't swim, you go in the ocean, you could get drowned. You need to be careful with a glass of water.
Exactly. Exactly, brother.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, right there.
You know, I break it down to the most stupid example to illustrate how they do this. You know, you got to be careful. You get in a body of water. You can't swim. You can drown. So you see that bottle of water you're drinking there. You got to be careful because you can drown in water. Like, yeah, but in the ocean compared to a glass, like really, like, but yeah, that's what they do. They take a
even worse, you shouldn't fly a plane. You shouldn't catch a flight now since you can drown in water.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I ask a question concerning it?
Go ahead.
Because somebody said to me that I shouldn't trust doctors because of this. And my question is, if you went through a major surgery and doctors operated on you, why wouldn't you trust those doctors?
I just came back from Panama. I just got my hip replaced, and I have underlying conditions. So I have lupus. I have skin lupus, and I already had a stroke directly related ischemic stroke from high concentration of white blood cells sticking on my brain. So when I'm sitting there with the surgeon, and he's going through the potential risk. The potential risk included heart attack, included stroke, included death for a hip surgery. Now, when the doctor explained me those risks, of course, they were percentages attached. We did all the preliminary testing. So although these risks were real, the percentage was very small. Now, when someone gives you that information, that surgery is necessary. The trust factor increases with that information. I went into surgery with a smile on my face, going, yeah, okay, we're going to get this hip fixed. It's a party. I'm going to have my super hip. I'm going to be bionic, man. I was completely comfortable because I was given the honest truth by medical professionals backed up with the necessary diagnostics. Compare that to a guy on TikTok telling you in a 2-minute video, no sources, no evidence, nothing to substantiate what he says, and his conclusion is, don't get the vax, it'll kill you.
Yeah.
I'm
the same way, Cedric. 2 years ago, man, my appendix ruptured. Bro, if anybody ever had appendicitis, man,
that's no joke.
I mean, it's you in the world of pain. You know what I'm saying? And with that amount of pain, the only thing you can do is take yourself to the emergency room and submit yourself to those doctors, to those medical professionals. You know what I mean? Like what are you gonna do? Are you gonna get online and see what kind of herb you can take for your appendix bursting? You know, they told me.
Nah, you can rub yourself with some tiger balm.
Let me say this.
The doctors told me if I had waited a few more hours, they wouldn't have been able to do nothing but keep me comfortable.
Keep you comfortable because your appendix is gonna put bacteria into your bloodstream. Within hours, your body is going to go into toxic shock. Your liver, your kidneys, everything is gonna start to shut down, and you just have to pray to survive. There's nothing they can do at that point.
So let me say this, because the reason I asked that is because y'all know I got stabbed and I have complications. And recently I had a complication where I had to go to the hospital. I had a partial blockage. Anyone in the medical field know what I'm talking about. I wasn't able to pass food into the proper places where I can have a bowel movement. If I don't get that out of me, I can die within minutes. I'll be basically throwing up my stomach acids within minutes. I had to get to the hospital. It feels like I've almost got stabbed over again. That's how painful it is. Somebody literally asked me, you got the vaccine because you trust doctors. I said, yes, I trust doctors because the doctors operated on me for 2.5 hours to save my life. When you go to them, hospitals in pain, they give me the proper medicine.
You going in and out, Sabi. In and out, man. We can hardly hear.
Yeah. I want this new dude to speak.
All right. Well, that's basically, I just basically said that I trust the doctors because they did what they needed to do to keep me alive.
So we got somebody else on the panel too, don't we? That haven't spoke. Didn't you say that, Sean?
Yes, sir.
Who was that? Is that Adrian Willie? What's up, Adrian Willie?
Wiley. Good to be back again. Look, can I tell y'all?
Nah, I was looking for new, not Adrian, because he gonna take us around the world. Now I'm just playing. Go ahead, Adrian.
Man, I've been on here a few times. Y'all should know me by now. But anyway, I want to tell y'all a scary situation I was in when I went back to school, right? So, it was the first day. Everybody was supposed to see each other at college, right? So, I'm seeing some of my people wearing masks. And then one of my people, he walking up the steps. But the first thing that I noticed is that he ain't got no mask on. So, I did everything I had to do. I got both of my shots and everything. So I asked him, I say, brother, I see you ain't got no mask on. What's up? He all like, man, I'm all good, man. I'm like, you was vaccinated? And then he was like, nah, man. And he walking towards me, but I'm walking back. And like the first instinct that came in my head was like, I'm about to Sparta kick him down the steps. Like, stay away from me.
Down the steps.
Oh man. Yeah, I
was
find
really
out the
like,
hard way.
I was like, I'm about to Sparta kick him down the steps. I have no problem with getting expelled. I'm gonna say that was self-defense.
All you gotta say is he tried to cough on.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah, some people don't know these boundaries, and sometimes it's so hard because people want to show you some love, and they hear me on Facebook or they see me, and I'm not often out, and they see you in the street and they want to give you all this love, and it's like, oh, no backup. Like, dude, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Don't you listen to me? Social distancing.
Yeah. Everybody, and then I think it was Unc who brought up the whole freedom. The freedom, it's my freedom to not be vaccinated, and it's my freedom to not wear a mask and all that.
Choice.
But people don't understand.
Choice.
I think it's people finally in a position where they can actually be in opposition to most of the things that happen around us, legislation, stuff like that. We have no direct control over. So this is an opportunity to stick it to the government, because it's almost impossible to force me to wear a mask. You can mandate it, but at the end of the day, I physically have to do it myself. And here's my empowerment moment that I can stick it to the man by refusing to do it. Or I'm gonna refuse to take the vaccine because it is my opportunity to take a stance. I'll cut my nose off to spite my face, but I'm gonna stick it to the man. But
we got one more person on the panel too.
We got one more person on the panel. Who is that? Come on, what do you got to say, bro or sis? Who is it?
New Heru.
New Heru.
Yeah, New Heru.
Hey, I ain't really had that much to say. I had a question in the chat though. I just asked, since it was pseudo night, I just asked how y'all felt about Dr. CB saying melanin is not real.
Sonetta said that that's
we don't talk about we on this show. We talk about everything else, bro. We talk about
Except
everything.
melanin.
You can talk about unicorn.
Man, you
You
don't
got
trigger
a question
Corey,
about
boy.
unicorn, bro, if you want to.
That would get you in the
that
deep
melanin
hole.
talk. We gonna have to. You're gonna have to come up with a different question, bro. We don't talk.
I respect
Not
that.
melanin. Not
I
melanin.
respect that. I
Wait,
respect
no.
that. Well, my second question was, is the does COVID attack or attach to, or is it attracted to, either one, the blood or the mucosa?
I answered that question in the chat.
It starts in your
My bad.
it enters into the navel cavity and the thorax area. So it proliferates there first before entering into the bloodstream. This is one of the reasons why there are some breakthrough cases, because it accumulates in these areas before entering into the bloodstream. So
that's why you wear a mask.
Yeah, whereas other viruses, which proliferate in the bloodstream, our vaccination program completely prevents any type of infection, because it's the IgG is prevalent in the bloodstream. So viruses that need to replicate in the bloodstream, once vaccinated, you are prevented from getting infected ever again. So that's why you never get chicken pox or measles or those type of viruses. But viruses that replicate primarily in the mucous system and then enter into the bloodstream, that's how there are some breakthrough cases happening.
So it's both. Stars one place
I think
and
it
goes
really
to another.
matters. Like once it gets into those areas, like
it
there.
replicates.
The vaccine is only meant to really protect
The
your
nose
cells
is an
inside your
intricate
body.
piece. The nose is an intricate piece, but you have other places that it can get into the cell.
Complete thorax area.
Yeah, I think I remember like a year ago,
People had
Sean,
it
you
come
had
to
showed
their
us an
eyes.
article where like it was very rare, but it was possible for COVID to get through the mucus lining in the eyes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like it doesn't happen often, but it technically
It can happen.
It can happen.
If you get sprayed good.
Let me ask y'all a question. Somebody challenged me to a debate on vaccines. Now, would I be pseudo trying to have a debate on vaccines and I'm not really familiar with?
Depends on what y'all talking about.
Huh?
It depends on what y'all talking about.
Just vaccines, period.
It's very broad. Y'all need to narrow it down.
Yeah, we got 225 years of vaccine science. We got different forms of vaccine. For example, the rabies vaccine is only a vaccine that you take once you have been bitten, because the amount of time that it takes to get to the areas where it works, a vaccine can be given up to 12 hours after having been infected by an animal with rabies. So you would never see that there is a vaccine schedule that has the rabies vaccine on it, although there is a vaccine for rabies. So it all depends on what you're going to talk about, actually.
Yeah, he was trying to pin me down. He was just saying
Yo, this
vaccines.
dude said, how many of my ancestors would have taken a dangerous vaccine to be accepted by white folks instead of fighting during the civil rights era? What?
Those two things are not related, sir.
What kind of dichotomy he just created?
Bro, just disregard that. I'm sorry. That was his full pseudo.
What? Can we even call that a false dichotomy, Channy?
Might as well.
Well, first of all, he's
Absolutely.
trying to deal with. He's trying to imply that Moderna's, well, the 1.6 million doses of the Moderna vaccine in Japan was supposedly contaminated with something. What we don't know.
Oh yeah.
We don't know who did the contaminant. But that has nothing to do with the United States. So
Yeah, it doesn't.
that's a Japan
And
issue.
are you talking about the
isn't
article that Ray dropped?
isn't it the quality
Let me rephrase
control?
that. The screenshot that he
Isn't it the
dropped?
quality control aspect of how vaccines are produced discovered the fact that there were 1.6 million doses that was incorrectly made? Like,
I mean, accidents do happen.
accidents happen, but there's quality control that's built in. So the same mechanism that discovered the flaw, which is science, which is all part of the manufacturing process, is what brought this information to light. It wasn't that there was some discovery done and it was being hidden. It is quality control that determined, hey, we have a problem here, and it most likely being corrected. A couple of J&J fabrication sites also got into hot water by inspecting agencies. This tells us that the control mechanisms are in place, that we have extra protection. I don't see anything like this being brought to light as a negative. You can only have an accident once you are in production. That may be representative of 1 or 2 batches that went bad. So like, what is the validity of these arguments? They hold no water.
I got another question. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. What's up?
I got another question. I wanted to know if y'all knew, like, from the origins, what are y'all thoughts, or what do y'all propose is the origin, the actual origin of the coronavirus?
Nature. Nature.
From the animals, sir.
We're just gonna keep it cool. Nature.
Go in just a little bit,
Sean.
Go in just a
No,
little
I'm
bit,
gonna help
Sean.
you
Just a
out.
little
I got you. I got you.
All right.
Let's
So
just bring
nature,
it back all the
because
way
you
to the
have
beginning, like Sean said. The very first, coronavirus that they noticed. Well, first we noticed them through common colds, and then we kind of had the first serious pandemic with the SARS-1, and they noticed that, hey, that the civet cats were as a intermediate that was getting the coronavirus, and then boom, it was passing it off to humans. And then you had MERS that happened in the Middle East. The camels were the intermediate host between coming from the animal that it originally came from them getting it to us. Now, as for this one, that is still being investigated. It went from being pangolins to, what was it? What was the other animal?
Bats.
No,
we already know it comes from bats. All the
still
coronaviruses come from bats.
Horseshoe bat.
The intermediate host is the intermediate host that they're still looking for.
Nah, they don't. They started with pangolins, but pangolins were not sold in the wet market, and so you have to disregard that as a potential host, and it could be some other animal that people came into contact with, and that's where that goes. But you have 2 different lineages coming away from, going towards the lab. You have lineage A and lineage B going toward the lab, so it couldn't be leaked from a lab because of how you trace back the virus origins. And we're just gonna leave it at nature right now until we're getting further away from being able to do this. And by the way, they don't ever come to a consensus on the origins of a particular virus outside of the fact that they'll agree that they're natural. And now, the way that they prove that they're natural, okay, just to take it a step further from what CK says, because she's correct, to take it a step further from natural is that they look at the virus, all right? They looked at the receptor binding, the RBD, the receptor binding domain of the virus. They look at the spike. They look at the protein-based, why come I always mess this up? But they look at the protein-based attachment in the virus, the little circular. If I had it on the screen, I could show you. But they know right there if it's been manipulated in a lab, or if it comes directly from nature because of the way that it's designed. And they ruled that out immediately in 2020.
A whole damn
This
near
whole lab leak thing was put to bed early 2020, a year ago. It's back because of mainstream media, and then you had some other some other stuff that was going around. So you had that perspective. But I mean,
Sean,
that's why
I
they
think it might be. I think the intermittent host might be rodent show. I'm trying to find the article right now. It was a video that I watched towards the end. I want to say almost towards the end of the year. Probably was like around August, September, on Twitter, where they had this one scientist guy on there. I can't remember his name. He was somewhere in the Midwest where they were doing research on rodents, and they were noticing like how transmissible it was with the specific rat or mouse or whatever, you forget what kind of rat it was called. They noticed it was really transmissible with them, and then boom, remember shortly after that they had that really big breakout with the minks in the Scandinavian countries, and they had to like burn like darn near the whole farm of minks because the humans were infecting the darn minks with COVID, and then they were infecting them back. Like it was nuts. Like they had to like burn their whole.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. That happened here. They had the mink farms. Yeah, so they had to kill off the whole mink.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in like a European country or something like that. I can't remember.
No. They had mink. They had a mink farm here where they had to destroy all the minks, and then they had, and also in Europe too, because the whole farm was infected. But that's what they actually do when a virus. That's natural though. Like that's natural because at one point we had a bunch of stuff that they had a bunch of stuff here where animals here they got infected with a different type of virus and had to kill off the whole stock.
Yeah, I forgot. You had did a show where you were talking about the origin one time, and I had brought it up. I had brought up the whole rat thing, and no, you were talking about the mink farms. You were talking about it, and I was like, yo, like I wonder if like minks are related to civics, and they are. Like if you look it up, minks, they're related to civet cats. So like cats, rodents, bats, like the more that we humans, we cutting down trees, for whatever we're using them for. We destroying the environment so we can get more metals for our electric devices. We building homes and roads everywhere. Like these animals don't have nowhere to fucking go. So
I put a link in the back chat, and they said most likely mice.
Yeah, they go back to CK's, the rodent.
Yeah, I just put it in the back chat. Just put it
that's a good point, CK. The deforestation is how you come in contact with these zoonotic viruses.
Yeah, because where I live at right now, if I showed y'all my house, this used to be all woods.
But I didn't find the original article, but I found and I shared on your show. I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah,
I think that's on the Mossy too.
It should be.
Yeah, it's on the Mossy.
They just built a like a shopping center not too far from my house. It used to be all woods over there, right?
Crazy.
And now, like these days, like it ain't nothing to hit a deer. Like somebody, I mean, like it's easy to hit a deer now. Like you got to watch out for deer all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Because they tore down all those woods, and now the deer just running around out here. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, that's how it works. Though that was a good point, though, CK. That's definitely how it works.
Yeah, but I forgot it was something that Unc shared. I think it was at the end of last year, maybe it was at the beginning of this year, where I don't know if it was a documentary or it was a book, or it was a documentary based on a book about how like the next pandemic was gonna be like definitely another zoonotic virus, but it's gonna come again real soon, and it's probably gonna be pretty bad because
no, stay right there. Stay right there. Okay. So let me ask you this. Well, let me keep you right there. The next pandemic will be a zoonotic virus. Are they not studying animals, specifically bats, pigs,
They don't
chickens.
give the darn funding back so they can do it.
Right. So, okay. So why are they in caves? Why are they in caves so much? What are they looking for specifically?
Probably wild type virus. Because
So
like I said,
what?
like the
Okay.
more we
You know what
encroach
they
on
do?
the
You know
animals'
what they do when they in
environment, they
caves?
have nowhere to go. So these animals end up coming in contact with other animals or other species that they normally wouldn't. So they're passing viruses on to them. And then a lot of them end up coming into the cities. You know what I mean? That's how you see people be posting videos like a bear going through their trash
Yeah,
can,
rats.
random behind deers going through their trash can. Like, yo, come on
See
now.
that?
What up?
That
So hold on, hold on, new, hold on, new, hold
And
on,
don't
hold on. So
forget the people
CK,
that cut down the trees and be digging the gold and the copper and all that stuff that we put in our electronic devices.
they come
They
in
come in
contact.
contact with
Yep,
these
close
animals in their
contact. So,
habitat too.
so when they see a bat with clean teeth, do they keep that bat or release that bat?
What do you mean clean teeth? Why
All
would their
right.
teeth be
They
clean?
So
release,
all
they
right,
release that back.
right, they release the bat. That when they're in caves and they're looking for bats, they're looking for bats with yellow teeth.
Oh, for real? I
Because
didn't know.
those are the bats, that is going to tell us about the next potential threats. They're infected with something. They've came into contact with something. Their teeth give them away.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought that
So
I was under the
teeth
impression
mean
that they just, whatever bats they captured, they just took a sample from them, and then if nothing popped up, then they would let them go.
Nope. They sample the ones with the discoloration or yellow teeth, and then they may release them or they may keep them and do more study. And this is where the notion of the claim lab leak stems from, because they'll say that they found the virus somewhere and had it in the lab, and then it escaped the lab, and then it infected other people. They'll say that'll be the actual argument, no matter how much protection went into going into the caves and going from step A to step B. However, this is highly unlikely. This is how they trace Ebola, right? This is how they trace Corona, right? This is how MERS dealing with camels. But when they're looking for the threat, these are the steps that they actually take. So when we go back to our argument, with Jack on mental dialogue. When we go back to our argument with our understanding on how they know which bats got what, and they go and do this research, we never got to the point of, or we didn't discuss that point, because if they would have had the bat in the lab, we would have had evidence of it being in the lab.
But
And
the
it
whole
wouldn't have
point
been
though,
one bat.
like it doesn't have to be a lab leak. Like even if you wanted to
Right.
seriously believe that as a theory, or even if you wanted to say it was a fact, like you have to explain all these outbreaks prior to us studying viruses. Like they can go back to like damn near the BC era, the late BC era, and see like viral outbreaks, not just from studying the bones of these people that died in these mass graves that they found, you know, the people themselves writing about a sickness, a plague, or something, evil spirit, whatever they called it back then, for those people that may have not understood what was really going on in their community. But it's like, yo, like you can keep making excuses all you want. Like, these viruses, they're not going away. We have to become smarter.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we have. It's just like the
Hey,
article
the
I keep
president.
sharing over and over again. I got other ones, but that's just my favorite one because it's easy to read and it clearly shows you that these African tribes, like their herbs and prayers was not saving them from smallpox. They were getting decimated. They were losing a lot of their younger children, especially from smallpox. But they tried to adapt. They started burning shit. They started separating the houses a little bit further away, the huts a little bit further away from other huts, started moving all the sick people to one side. Hey, if things got too bad, they just say, hey, we just abandoning the whole village. you know, I'm not saying that was probably the best that they could do at that time because they just didn't know what else to do. But like nowadays, we have so much more we can do. We can actually synthesize a virus. You know what I mean? We can come up with some treatments. You know, we got some infection disease control procedures that we can follow to try to mitigate the spread or mitigate the severity of an outbreak. And shoot, we got the best technology that we've came out thus far out of all these years, vaccines. And they have increased the life expectancy of people all over the earth. Don't nobody want to talk about what the hell was going on before we had the darn vaccine. You don't want to talk about how many people were dying before we had the vaccine, but you want to focus on the select few people that had an allergic reaction, the select few people that had some type of genetic disorder that they just did not foresee would have had some kind of random reaction to a vaccine.
Well, they was eating tree bark back then.
So let's see. We got RTG. Yeah, just a chatty patty. RTG. We're gonna ignore you, bro. We're gonna let you use all that tired ass information.
Tell him to get on the panel. Come through.
No, he's not getting on the panel, man. We wore out. So this is what I want to end with. I want to say this. Early Homo sapiens sapiens was at the mercy of nature. Space age Homo sapiens sapiens is at the mercy of nature. So either we just stand there or we fight back. We have been attacked by invisible pathogen. And all it wants to do is infect us. So that he can pass on its genes. Take your time and really think about it. How come herbs didn't work before? If herbs worked before, then there wouldn't have been a need for inoculation.
To the point.
350,000 years of living in an environment post-chemical ages. There's no fertilizer. Right now on the planet, you can't go to a plot of earth and not find those chemicals from fertilizers. Right? Pre-industrial age, we talking here. We talking everything naturally, organically grown all over the planet. And viruses and bacteria still kill humans. I'll never forget, CK put a couple articles in there showing how West Africans were actually social distancing and wearing face coverings. At no time and point were humans able to stop the pathogens with food. They had the best foods, no canned foods, none of that, y'all. Simple. None of that, none of that. What makes you think you can have better food than they did back then? No chemicals, no pesticides, no nothing. No crazy white people. We ain't got no white people on the planet yet. Because y'all blame it for every damn thing. There ain't one no white people. 150,000 years, no white people. 150,000 years, no white people. 60,000 years, no white people.
No filtration from the water, dysentery and diarrhea and all of that from nature. From drinking out to the same rivers that the crocodiles used to poop in, people got sick.
Pathogens.
Viruses.
Have always existed. So I don't know what y'all think y'all can do with the manufactured herbs in a bottle. Inky is selling you stuff. Stinky Inky, the fake doctor, is actually selling you shit bottled up with no labels on it. He's making it in his house. Now, I think he's got a little more better than that. He just hooked his little website up to some crazy white person. Or have it, would they label it for whatever? Yeah. But y'all really think Inky can do better than your ancestors did? Do y'all really think that? No, you don't. You just want to follow white people with the whole anti-government rhetoric. That ain't even your fight. You're not going to storm the Capitol. You're not doing that.
We ain't gonna even make it to the darn Capitol.
Right, won't even make it to the steps.
Y'all saw what they did to Black Lives Matter last year, man. They had tanks, son. Or what do they call
remember I
those
was in
APC
DC, right?
vehicles?
Y'all remember I was in DC and they maced the shit out of my ass when we tried running in the White House and get Donald Trump. They was fucking us up out there.
So I just say all that to say, man, everybody, man, knock it off, man. It's only a vaccine, man. And these G's be doubling, tripling down. Hey, man, it's only a matter of time before you run across the coronavirus anyway.
Yep. It's gonna be endemic. It's gonna become endemic.
Yeah, it's not going away, yo.
And we're gonna get there via one or two ways, either through vaccination or through natural infection. Natural infection is gonna take us 2 years and a whole lot of death. That's just a fact. Or we can get vaccinated and get back to our normal lives. It's gonna become endemic. Coronavirus ain't going nowhere. The common cold is a coronavirus. Every time we get reinfected, it becomes less and less stronger. So reinfections aren't really bad, but not taking the vaccine, getting infected, the virus is allowed to mutate uncontrollably, and eventually we're gonna need a new vaccine. So there's we have the solution in our
every
hands.
summer, don't we? Don't we take the flu vaccine every winter? It's not a big deal. So they made it more than that. I don't know. Look, man, what time we done went over the time, Cedric? Any closing statements there, Corey?
I had a question. How does the virus mutate? Just asking. Not really you, just the panel. That's all I want to know.
Man, how does it mutate? It mutates like all living organisms.
Evolution.
Natural selection.
Okay, I just was asking because he said nature, so I wanted to know where in nature was making it mutate. That's all.
It's a
single strand. The virus, they hijack living cells. They hijack their the cells so that they can reproduce because they can't do it on their own. And then viruses themselves, they change so much as they're reproducing. That's why you end up having so many different strains and so many different variants of those strains.
Because of the replication system, because of it not being based on duploid mechanism, which creates DNA, two different structures coming together. Because it's a single strand and the rate of replication is so high, the rate of mutations will naturally be higher. And the virus needs to replicate over and over and over once it enters into the host. That's what we talk about when we talk about viral load. The higher the viral load, the higher the amount of mutations. Every time the virus leaves from one body to the next, it mutates just a little bit. However, it's only certain mutations that are registered because they become dominant. But mutations happen all the time, especially with viruses.
They want to live too.
Yep.
That's why eventually the virus goes like the SARS, it did, and the MERS, they didn't, they weren't effective viruses because they killed the host too quickly.
Man.
So they weren't viruses that were going to survive. A good virus has a hibernation period where it goes undetected, allowing it to move from host to host. A virus prefers that its host stays alive rather than to kill its host. A dead host doesn't allow the virus to move from one to the next. So a highly infectious virus, which makes you extremely sick, only kills a small portion of your population, is a successful virus.
Dangerous. Way more dangerous than something like Ebola that'll kill you in like 24 hours.
Yeah,
Ebola
Ebola isn't a threat.
To enough people because you're just so sick and in the hospital, you can't move around.
You can't move around.
Coughing on people, going to the grocery store, going to the school. Like you
There
just
you
down
go.
and out.
I think
Unsuccessful, but
I think for all those who are unaware of what we're talking about, I think Osmosis Jones really would help them out. Y'all think
That's
I've been
classic.
joking? I've been serious about that. Osmosis Jones. Watch that movie, all you anti-vaxxers.
Or the anime called Cells at Work. It's an anime that came out years ago called Cells at Work, like your DNA cells at work.
Or that.
It's
That's
really
a good
good.
one too. I forgot about that one.
And it's entertaining too. It's entertaining and it's funny and it teaches you everything you need to know about phagocytosis and all of that.
You know what they need to watch? They need to watch the Magic School Bus. A lot of these
Magic School
people
Bus
need
was
to go
shit back in the day.
all the way back in the day to Magic School Bus and learn about how their immune system works.
House rock.
Hey man, look, we out of here, man. Where you at, Concrete Corey?
Peace, man. I just, you know what I mean? You already know a lie make it halfway around the world before the truth get out of bed and get his pants on.
Hey man, look, I appreciate everybody come through today, man. New University TV. I see you, Rasta, man. I see you, Jan. I see you. Who else we got? We got Zinga. Appreciate you coming through, sis. RTG. Appreciate you getting beat up in the chat. Rasta, man. Who else we got in here, man? Man. Yeah, we had a crowd about 150, man. We want to get them numbers up to 200, man. And we're just going to keep rising and rising, man. Hey, man, look, pseudo killers on deck, man. You know what we do, man.